The last time the Wildcats defeated Midland in varsity football, George W. Bush was the U.S. president. I was 5 years old, and both teams still played 11-man. Suffice it to say, the Wildcats are looking to end that streak here tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page. I'm David Warrington. I'm at the Wildcats are at the Wyoming Fairgrounds here tonight, getting set to take on the Midland Eagles. Currently in front of me, the entire Midland roster being dragged in the back of a trailer, being pulled by a truck. So I'll break away from my regularly scheduled spiel to share that information. Before we get started tonight, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank and Trust Company is a community bank with offices in Central City and Eastern Iowa, providing a complete line of financial services to commercial and retail customers, customized lending, and cash management solutions. We build strong relationships by getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. Learn more at www.hbtbank.com. So folks, here we go. It is homecoming 2022 for Midland. Wildcats trying to play spoiler here tonight, as they also look to end that long streak I touched on at the very top of this broadcast. Let's take a look at both teams and how they come into tonight's game. First off, for your Central City Wildcats, assistant coaches for Central City are Mark Kirscher, Mike Ferguson, and Spencer Nowadsky. Central City's head coach in his 8th season is Matt Myers. During his time in Central City, Coach Myers has a record of 31 wins, 38 losses. Starting quarterback for Central City is the junior Jaden Hansen. On the year, he's 18 of 38, 316 yards and 8 touchdowns. On the ground, Aiden Klosterman leads the way, also a junior. So far this year, 59 carries, 322 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's coming off of back-to-back games with at least 100 yards rushing. Biggest threat in the receiving game is Lucas Greif. The senior's caught 12 passes for 153 yards and 4 touchdowns. And leading defensively for Central City, is Makai Benton. The junior on the season, 18 tackles, 11 for loss, as well as 6 sacks. Now taking a look at the Wildcats' opponent here tonight, the Midland Eagles. So far this season, they are 2-1. They beat English Valleys in Clarksville to begin the year, but last week fell on the road at Easton Valley by a final of 50-6. Assistant coaches for the Eagles, Eric Martins and Ryan Dodge. Midland's head coach in his 5th season is Lenny Miller. During his time with the Eagles, Coach Miller record of 25 wins and 16 losses. Starting quarterback for the Eagles is Caden Ballou, on the year 22 of 42 for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And folks, I'm going to step aside real quick as they are getting set to perform our national anthem here tonight in Midland.
As we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, folks, the anthem has been played, and we're closing in on kickoff here from Wyoming. Wildcats are on the road at the Wyoming Fairgrounds tonight, getting set to take on the Midland Eagles. I was going over some statistics for Midland this year. I mentioned Caden Ballou leads them passing and running the football. In the receiving game, Zane Sauer is the top target. He's caught 10 passes, 290 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Caden Ballou is also the defensive leader for Midland, 25 tackles, 7 for loss, and 3.5 sacks. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Wildcats have not had success against Midland in quite some time. Since 2006, the Wildcats are 1-11 against Midland. That one win came back in 2007, back when both teams were still fielding 11-man teams. Last year, the Wildcats hosted Midland and put up a good showing. We're winning at halftime before the offense went cold in the second half, and they fell 52-30. It's been 2 years since the Wildcats were here in Wyoming. Back on October 2nd of 2020, the Midland came out on top by a final of 58-12. Starting lineups being announced here over the loudspeaker at the Wyoming Fairgrounds. And while they're doing that, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some updated district standings. Last week's results, it was all 6 district teams were in action, so 3 district matchups, which is the only time that'll happen this year. Edgewood-Colesburg fell to your Central City Wildcats 38-12. Fourth-ranked Easton Valley took care of Midland 50-6. And Key traveled to Springville, and Key took down the Orioles 52-23. With that said, here's a look at the 8-player District 5 standings. Central City is now 2-0 in the district. They are atop the leaderboards. Fourth-ranked Easton Valley is second at 1-0. Edgewood, Colesburg, and Key are both 1-1. They are tied for third. Midland is 0-1 in district play. They are fifth. And in dead last in the district is Springville. They are 0-2 so far in district play. Remember, 3 teams go into the playoffs from this district automatically. Top 3 finishers will have that spot in the postseason. 2 district games going on here tonight. Springville is on the road at fourth-ranked Easton Valley. And, of course, your Central City Wildcats are here in Midland. Key is taking on Janesville in non-district play, and Edgewood-Colesburg could not find a reschedule. So Edco is off tonight. They will not be playing a game. There is a look at what's happening in 8-player District 5 as the starting lineups are announced for Midland now. About 6.5 minutes away from kickoff here between Central City and Midland. And while they're introducing the starting lineups, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for both teams tonight. These are starting offenses based on what both teams put out there to begin the game last week. Central City on the offensive line. They've got Colton Nowadsky, the senior, is playing left tackle. Dayton Price is at left guard. Nolan Gates, the sophomore, will handle the duties at center. David Munyakazi back for missing week 2. He's starting at right guard. And Makai Benton is the tight end for the Wildcats. Lucas Greif will split out at receiver. Aiden Klosterman's the running back. And Jaden Hansen, the starting quarterback for your Central City Wildcats. For Midland on the offensive line, they got the tight ends Warren Eaton and Seth Bixler. The guards are Ty Jensen and Keegan Rushford, and Benjamin Schoaf is playing center. Braden Grau started at fullback last week, but he was injured and is not in uniform here tonight, so he'll have to fill in that spot. Zane Sauer playing running back, and as I mentioned, Caden Ballou, the heartbeat of this Midland team, he will get the start under center. Closing in on kickoff. Eagles are directly in front of me here on the near sideline, wearing their black helmets with yellow stripe and yellow and black Eagle logo. Black jerseys with gold numerals and trim and all black pants. Wildcats on the far sideline by the visiting crowd, wearing their red helmets with black Wildcat scratch. They got the white jerseys, black numerals, and red outline, as well as their black pants with red trim down the sides. Beautiful night for football here from the Wyoming Fairgrounds. Very little wind to speak of. My weather app says we were at 76 degrees here, and shouldn't get too much cooler than that as we go throughout this game. So just about getting set to go here tonight. Both of these teams looking for a big win. Midland fell to Easton Valley last week. 50-6 was the final. Wildcats are pretty much in the playoffs if they win here tonight. So certainly looking for a big statement win to stay perfect and move to 4-0. Not sure we're going to have a coin toss at midfield here tonight, as both teams are huddled up over by their sidelines, and we'll see if they take the field here momentarily. Down to about 3 minutes on the clock before we get this one underway. Again, David Warrington here coming to you from the Wyoming Fairgrounds. Central City trying to take down Midland for the first time since 2007. Getting set to go here in just a few moments. Don't believe we're going to see a coin toss at midfield. Of course, they do the official coin toss about a half an hour before game time. And they generally have captains come out to midfield immediately before the game, but they didn't a couple weeks ago, so may not be doing so here. Neither team taking the field yet. Currently just under 2 minutes on the clock. Wildcats starting 3-0 on the season. They haven't done that since 2018. They made the playoffs that year. They'll look to keep the momentum rolling here tonight against Midland. Midland started 2-0, but they're 0-1 in district play, 2-1 overall, after a loss to the 4th-ranked team in the state of Iowa, Easton Valley. Riverhawks will be in Central City next week when the Wildcats play their homecoming game. As I said a little bit earlier on, the Riverhawks are hosting Springville here tonight over in Preston. That is the only other District 5 game, as Edgewood Colesburg is off and Key is playing in non-district play. Wildcats are on the field first. They will receive. And now Midland makes their way onto the field as well. So we're just about set to go here tonight. Midland is going to kick off left to right. Wildcats work right to left to begin tonight's ball game, as it will be Jared Kroc setting the ball on the tee at the 30-yard line and kicking away. Aiden Klosterman and Nolan Gates are back deep to return for Central City. We've got 12 minutes on the clock, and it's just about go time here from Wyoming. Kroc gets set to kick it away. Big Week 4 matchup here, nearing the midway point of the season. This one's underway. Aiden Klosterman fields at the 5, and he's going to return. He's got some blockers in front of him, up to the 20. Makes a move, past the 30, dragged down by the ankles, as that was Anthony Harrington, a freshman, that made the tackle. Otherwise, Aiden would have had some more running room in front of him. Still a good return, makes it, or brings it up to the 33-yard line, I should say. That is where Central City will get the night started offensively. So the Wildcats onto the field. Two receivers split out left, Lucas Greif and Aiden Klosterman. Jaden Hansen stands in the shotgun. Matthew Klosterman's out to the right, tight to the line of scrimmage. Hansen takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Clean pocket, strike across the middle. It's in and out of the hands of Aiden Klosterman, slightly overthrown and incomplete. And it will be 2nd down and 10 upcoming for Central City. So the Wildcats pass on 1st down on their first play of the game. That one falls incomplete. Wildcats up to the line. 2nd down and 10 from their own 33. Same formation. Two receivers left, one to the right. Hansen in the shotgun all by himself. Klosterman comes in motion to the right. Aiden Klosterman in the jet sweep. Trying to get past the 35. Will be taken down far into the Wildcat sideline, as Jared Kroc was in on the stop for Midland. That's going to be a gain of 2 for Aiden on that carry. Brings it up to the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 8 is upcoming for Central City. Aiden Klosterman so far this year, 59 carries, 322 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's coming off of back-to-back 100-yard rushing games against Key and Edco. 3rd and 8 for Central City. Same formation. Klosterman comes in motion to the right again. Fake the jet sweep. Clean pocket. Hansen gets over to Benton. He's wide open. Foot race to the end zone. 20, 15. Dragged down at about the 10-yard line. Ball came out, but he was clearly down by contact, and that is going to be the ruling. The official's going to spot the football at the 11-yard line. Big-time strike to Makai Benton. And the Wildcats are just short of 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11 after they pick up 34 yards, number 34, Makai Benton. Jaden Hansen will be off the field for this play. Soon we're going to see the Klosterman brothers in the shotgun. Remember, either one of them could take the snap. It's usually Aiden, but Matthew takes some here and there, and he did very well last week, rushing for 2 touchdowns when he did take those snaps. Lucas Greif is split out left, and he comes in motion to the right now. Jet sweep, Lucas Greif going to the right. Blocking's there. He's past the 5, and he'll be dragged down by the neck. And they're going to keep the flags in the pockets as Lucas Greif gets it up past the 5, up to about the 2-yard line before he was brought down up near the head. Great gain on that carry by Lucas up to the 2. It's a gain of 9. And we've got 2nd down and 1 from the 2 for Central City, trying to strike first here tonight. Klosterman brothers back there. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Goes to Aiden, trying to go up the middle. Blocking's there, plunges ahead. He's into the end zone, doesn't even fall off his feet. And the Wildcats strike first. Aiden Klosterman takes it 2 yards to the house, and Central City claims the opening strike of this game. That is touchdown run number 5 on the season for Aiden. And he runs it into the end zone. Wildcats are on the board early, 6-0, with 10:39 to go in our opening quarter, and the 2-point conversion's upcoming. They're going to set that on the far hash. They'll take this 2-point conversion attempt from the right hash. Wildcats up to the line to go for 2. Same formation. Klosterman brothers back there. And Christopher Greif is the fullback. Makai Benton's the tight end. 3-point stance over on the right. Snap goes to Aiden. Going up the middle. Blocking's there again, and he is untouched across the goal line. Benton blocks his guy out of the end zone and out of the back of the play. 2-point conversion's good. Central City gets it started in a big way. Aiden Klosterman gets into the end zone twice for the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion. 10:39 to play in our opening quarter. Central City on top of Midland by a score of 8-0. So exciting opening not even couple of minutes, folks. It's been about 90 seconds. But Wildcats get the first strike of this game. Quickly here, shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is everywhere you are with our online and mobile banking apps. We have your accounts at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Check your balances, pay bills, transfer money, and find Heartland Bank locations with just a touch. Bank on the go at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC. Jaden Hansen will kick it away for Central City, as looks like it'll be Zane Sauer back deep. Can't get a number on who else is back there with him, but Zane Sauer is certainly there. Believe Sawyer House is the other player back there, as Jaden Hansen gets set to kick it away. Hansen up to the ball, sends it away. Good end-over-end kick. Sauer fields just outside the goal line, about the 2. Brings it up to the 10, up the middle, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 15. Matthew Klosterman and Nolan Gates got down there and brought him down. They're going to spot that right at the 14-yard line, it looks like. Nope, they're going to set that down at the 15, so same as a touchback. 1st down and 10 Midland. They will start from their own 15-yard line. So Wildcats got the first score of the night. Now they'll look to play some defense. Wildcats went 47 yards in 5 plays to score their first touchdown. Now Midland starts 1st and 10. I formation. Ballou's the quarterback under center. Sauer the running back. Kroc is the fullback. Some miscommunication in the backfield, but Sauer does take the handoff. Favre Weber's there. Aiden Klosterman, Dayton Price also bring him down. And that's going to be a loss on the carry for Zane Sauer as he loses a yard that time. As that'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for Midland from their own 14-yard line. As I mentioned, Braden Grau is usually the starting fullback for Midland, but he's not dressed here tonight, so they got to change up the lineup a bit. 2 receivers split out left. Shaden Hansen is standing to Caden Ballou's left. Ballou in the shotgun. Ballou takes a snap. It's low, but he picks it up off the ground. In trouble right away. Benton's there. He gets the ball away, and right to Lucas Greif for the interception. trying to get past midfield, and he's thrown out of bounds just about the 39-yard line. It was a beautiful ball in stride to Lucas Greif. Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from the Midland 39. 4th interception of the year for Caden Ballou, and Lucas Greif picks off his first pass of the season. So Central City will take over in Midland territory, but just barely at the 39. 1st down and 10 for Central City. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Lucas Greif comes in motion to the right. They fake the jet sweep. Aiden Klosterman up the middle, makes a juke move, and he's going to be dragged down. Ty Jensen, Shaden Hansen in on the stop. But a pretty good gain by Aiden there. Brought it up past the 35, up to the 34-yard line. We'll call that a gain of 5, so Wildcats stay on schedule here on 1st down and then some. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 34. Midland in a 3-3-2 defense to begin. As the Wildcats come up to the line, Luke Birds is split out to the right. 3 receivers bunched up left. Greif, Benton, and Klosterman in there. Matthew Klosterman's in the shotgun. He takes the snap, almost loses it, but now he's got some room. He's past the 30, and he's going to be dragged down a couple of yards shy of the 20. Zane Sauer, Shaden Hansen in the stop. Matthew Klosterman gets his first carry of the night, and it's a good one. Brings it up to the 22-yard lines where they'll spot it. As that is a gain of a dozen. 1st down and 10 from the Midland 22. As we've got 9 minutes and counting to go in our opening quarter. Aiden Klosterman split out left. Matthew Klosterman and Lucas Greif out to the right. Jaden Hansen by himself in the shotgun. Hansen takes the snap. Going towards the end zone. Aiden Klosterman's there. Makes a diving effort, but it's incomplete. Almost had him, but Klosterman makes a diving effort and couldn't bring it in. So the 1st down pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Upcoming for Central City from the Midland 22-yard line. Klosterman had more than a step on that play, but the ball just wasn't quite there to the point where he could make a play. Matthew Klosterman runs into the huddle as Jaden Hansen will be on the sideline for this play. Wildcats proved last week that they can use their offense effectively even if their quarterback's not in the game. Lucas Greif split out left. Klosterman brothers in the shotgun. Greif comes in motion to the right. They will fake the jet sweep. Matthew Klosterman takes it up past the 20, inside the 15 before he's dragged down by a few black jerseys. Gets it up to about the 14-yard line as they give it back to Matthew, and he runs it well again. Give him about 8 on that carry. And 3rd down and 2, call that a long 2, is coming up for the Wildcats. Matthew Klosterman again runs in with the play call. He's looked good so far. Matthew 2 carries for 20 yards so far in this game. Wildcats up to the line. 3rd and 2 from the Midland 14. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Snap will go to Aiden. Finding some room, has the blocks, hurdles a man, hurdles his own man in fact, and brings it up past the 1st down marker to about the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal for Central City. Aiden shows off the hops there as he hurdled over, I believe that was David Munyakazi, and brings it up for a gain of 5. That'll be 1st down and goal from the 9, I should say. Looks like Jaden Hansen's back into the game for Central City as they come up to the line. 3 receivers. Nope, they'll switch up the formation as 2 receivers go out right. Matthew Klosterman bunched up to the line of scrimmage on the left. Jaden Hansen in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. Pressure there in his face, gets rid of it. Lucas Greif is there but can't make a one-handed grab as it was good coverage by Seth Bixler as that ball falls incomplete. 2nd down and goal upcoming for Central City from the 9. Wildcats have gone 30 yards on 6 plays so far. They need 9 more to make it a 2-touchdown advantage. They lead at 8-0 right now. 7.5 minutes to go on our opening quarter. Of course, the clock is stopped after that incompletion. Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 9. Arwen Betzer's into the ballgame. He splits out left. Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Betzer comes in motion to the right. And it's going to be a jet sweep fake. Aiden keeps it himself, but he's met in the backfield and wrapped down. Caden Ballou met him there. That'll be a loss on the play. And 3rd down and goal will be from the 11-yard line after Aiden loses 2 on that carry. It was met right away by the defensive leader and offensive leader, for that matter, of this team, Caden Ballou, on the play. So the Wildcats up to the line. 3rd down and goal from the 11. Lucas Greif split out left. Jaden Hansen's in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman to his right, or left, I should say. Play action pass. Screen pass over to the left. It's caught, but not much there as Lucas Greif is taken down shortly after he caught the football. Sawyer House made the tackle. As 4th and goal is upcoming. Gain of 2 on that completed pass up to the 9. It's 4th and goal, 9 yards away from the end zone. Luke Birds is into the game for Central City as Jaden Hansen has an extended conversation with Coach Myers with this big 4th and goal play upcoming. Now Myers sends him out onto the field to deliver the play call to his teammates in the huddle. 4th and goal upcoming for Central City. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. Luke Bird split out to the left. 3 receivers bunched up right. Aiden Klosterman, Makai Benton, and Lucas Greif. Now Aiden splits all the way out to the right sideline. Jaden Hansen's in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Pressure's there on the blitz. Strike across the middle. It's incomplete as Benton was there in the back of the end zone, but Jared Kroc provided the pressure, and he had to get rid of it a little earlier than he would have liked to. So the 4th and goal pass falls incomplete. Midland will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 9-yard line. Central City couldn't take advantage of that Lucas Greif interception, but it will be a long field for Midland from their own 9. 6 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock. Wildcats on top of Midland, 8-0 so far in this game. Blue in the shotgun. He's got Sauer to his left, Kroc to his right. Takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Met in trouble. He's in trouble right away. Aiden Klosterman's there. Matthew helps finish it off alongside Arwen Betzer. Plenty of red hats in there right away. Not much room for Caden Ballou as he will lose a yard on that carry. Back to the 8. 2nd down and 11 for Midland from their own 8. Caden Ballou, he's the quarterback, but he also leads the rushing attack. 59 carries, 354 yards, and 7 touchdowns entering play here tonight. Caden Ballou by himself in the shotgun here. 3 receivers split tight to the left. Ballou takes the snap. It's low, and a whistle comes in. Flag flies. Flag came in before the snap of the football. And it's going to be offside against Central City. So they just gave Midland 5 yards on that play. Somebody was a little overzealous, was over the football. So the ball goes up to the 13-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and 6 for Midland from their own 13. Same formation, 3 receivers split tight to the left. Caden Ballou in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to run to the left, and it's a designed run all the way. Breaks out of one tackle, breaks out of another. He will drag a couple Wildcats across that 1st down marker up to about the 21-yard line. Pretty nice run that time by Caden Ballou. Brings it up for more than enough for a 1st down. Picks up 8 yards, 1st and 10 for Midland from their own 21. 5 minutes to go in our opening quarter as the Wildcats lead this one 8-0. Still early stages of this game as the Eagles come up to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 21. They'll go in the I formation. Jared Kroc is the fullback. Zane Sauer the running back. As Caden Ballou goes under center, takes the snap. Hand off to Sauer, going to the right. He's in trouble right away. Benton's there and keeps his contain and brings him down. That will be a loss on the play. Aiden Klosterman also got over there, as did Luke Birds. That'll be a loss of 1 back to the 20. Zane Sauers ran it twice so far tonight. He's got a total of -2 yards. Wildcats have been all over that. 2nd down and 11 for Midland from their own 20-yard line. Three receivers tight to the line of scrimmage on the left. Caden Ballou's in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Clean pocket, steps up. He's going to take off. Matthew Klosterman's there, and he brings him down. Brings him down shy of the 25 at about the 24-yard line. So that will be a modest gain there on 2nd down. 3rd down and medium upcoming for Midland. Gain of 5 on that play, as we'll have 3rd down and 6. Jared Kroc runs into the huddle with the play call. Wildcats looking to get a stop here on 3rd down. Clock continues to roll. We're down to 3:35 to go in our opening quarter. Wildcats leading 8-0. 2 receivers split out left, 1 to the right. Caden Ballou in the shotgun with Jared Kroc to his left. 3 linemen on the line of scrimmage, I should say, as he takes the snap. Looking across the middle, it's caught. as that was Warren Eaton on the reception. He'll have the first down and more. Aiden Klosterman brings him down just shy of midfield. So the pressure was there. Makai Benton made Caden Ballou feel it right after he got rid of the football. But he got rid of the ball just in time, as that is complete up to the 39. First and 10 Midland from their own 39. That is just the third reception of the season for Warren Eaton. Eagles go in the I formation. Shaden Hansen's now the fullback. Zane Sowers the running back. Caden Ballou under center. Flag flies. I believe Arwen Betts are lined up over the football. And that does appear to be the indication. Offside call on Arwen Betzer. He's playing left defensive end for Central City. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So Eagles get into Wildcat territory. 1st and 5 from the Central City 36. Same formation. Ball in the near hash. Up the middle to Shaden Hansen. Nothing going there as he's met right away by Luke Birds and Matthew Klosterman. Not a whole lot of room on that carry. Might have lost half a yard. We'll call that no gain. 2nd down and 5 upcoming from the 36-yard line. Shaden Hansen, the ball carrier on that previous play. That's just his 5th carry of the season. He's got a total of 3 yards on the year. 2 receivers left for Midland. Caden Ballou in the shotgun. Jared Kroc to his left. Now Kroc splits out. 3 receivers left. Ballou by himself. Ballou takes the snap. Rolling left, looking to throw. Gets rid of it. It is complete. It's caught by Seth Bixler. He'll have the first down. Nolan Gates struggles to bring him down and does. Another Wildcat helps him finish that play off. Seth Bixler, the receiver that time for Midland. They get the football up to the 26-yard line, so a gain of about 10. Eagles moving the ball effectively here. They have 1st and 10 from the Central City 26. 2 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Wildcats on top 8-0. 1 receiver split out left for Midland, twin receivers right. Ballou in the shotgun, Hansen to his right. Takes the snap. Now it's going to be a fake, and he's going to take off in the middle, but Braxton Davis is there, and a couple of his teammates help him finish it off. Braxton Davis, the sophomore playing nose guard, has been impressive in his sophomore campaign. Entering tonight's game, 11.5 tackles, including 6 for loss and 4 sacks. That was not a tackle for loss, but it was very close. Just a gain of 1 on that carry for Caden Ballou. Up to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 9 is upcoming. It's been a quick first quarter here. 2 minutes has passed, and we're under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, down to about 1:15 now. 2 receivers split right. Ballou in the shotgun. Jared Kroc is to his right in the backfield. Snap goes to Ballou, drops back in the pocket, pressure there. It's nearly intercepted, but a flag flies as Aiden Klosterman dove to try to pick it off. I think they're going to get him for pass interference. And they are going to say it's pass interference. I didn't see Aiden Klosterman touch him. So that is the call. So the flag flies and pass interference is the call. Like I said, Aiden didn't touch him, but the flag comes out. So pass interference is the penalty, and I believe that'll be a 1st down. That is a 15-yard penalty. It's a big one. They'll bring it up to the 13-yard line. First and 10 Midland. They have it at the 13. Ballou takes a snap. It's low. Quick screen pass. Sowers there, and he's met right away, but shoves Aiden Klosterman off. Makai Benton gets him from behind. Braxton Davis makes his way all the way over to the near sideline and brings him down. And maybe a yard on that completion. As again, that was Zane Sauer on the reception. Brings it up to the 12. We'll call that a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Eagles do have to run one more play before we end our first quarter. What has been a quick first quarter here from Wyoming. 2nd down and 9 for Midland from the Central City 12. This has been an extended drive. So far, they've gone 59 yards on 10 plays. 2nd and 9 from the 12. 3 receivers split tight to the left. Ballou in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Draw up the middle. Matthew Klosterman brings him down in the backfield, and that'll lose about 3. That's great job by Matthew Klosterman to be there right away and make the stop. And that will bring us to the close of our opening quarter of football here from the Wyoming Fairgrounds. We've played a quarter. Central City leads Midland by a score of 8-0. Let's take a look at some of our first quarter stats. Jaden Hansen passed the football six times, completed it twice for 36 yards. Matthew Klosterman, 2 carries for 20 yards in that first quarter. Aiden ran it 5 times, 12 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif ran it once for 9 yards. Makai Benton caught 1 pass for a gain of 34, and Lucas Greif caught 1 pass for a gain of 2. Also had that interception from Greif on the Midland second play of the game. For Midland, Caden Ballou, 3 of 5, 25 yards and interception. Ballou ran it 5 times for 10 yards. Shaden Hansen, 1 carry for no gain. Zane Sauer ran it twice for a loss of 2. And in the receiving game, Warren Eaton, 1 reception for 14 yards. Seth Bixler, 1 reception for 10 yards. And Zane Sauer caught 1 pass for a gain of a yard. So both teams already getting back out there for our second quarter, as that first quarter took just about 20 minutes. Both teams are out there, as it will be Midland football, 3rd down and 12 from the Central City 15-yard line. Again, the Wildcats on top, 8-0 here. Midland trying to punch it into the end zone, but the Wildcats have backed them up to 3rd and long. Eagles take their time in the huddle. Now they break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split out left. Sauer and Bixler, as Ballou's in the shotgun with Kroc to his left. Snap goes to Ballou, dropping back in the pocket. Pressure's there. He's in big trouble. Arwen Betzer tries to bring him down, gets a little bit of assistance, and Jaden Hansen comes flying in and blows up that play. Any chance of that play extending further was eliminated in a hurry. That'll be a big loss on that sack. All the way back to the 21-yard line, loss of 6. 4th down and 18 is upcoming for Midland from the Central City 21. Shaden Hansen comes into the ball game, replaces Jared Kroc, as 4th and very long is upcoming for Midland. Wildcat defense trying to do a bit of the old bend, don't break here. They've got a good chance on 4th and 18. 2 receivers left. Ballou in the shotgun, Shaden Hansen to his left. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. They're going to throw. Pressure's there. It's a screen. Nearly intercepted. It may have been caught, but it doesn't matter. Actually, would have been better if it was caught because it would have given the Wildcats an extra 3 or 4 yards. Nonetheless, pass falls incomplete. Wildcats hold. They take over 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Wildcat defense, like I just said some 30 seconds ago, bend but don't break. And they get the stop. Midland goes 50 yards on 13 plays, but they can't cash it in for 6. Wildcats take over for their 3rd possession of the game. Lucas Greif split out to the left. Jaden Hansen's in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman is to his to his left. The line of scrimmage is strong to the right side. Hansen takes the snap. He's going to throw, looking to Lucas Greif. He's got a couple of steps down that far sideline. It is incomplete. Nearly had it. Nearly a touchdown to Lucas Greif, but it's just long. He can't get up there and make the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Central City from their own 21-yard line. Nearly had that far bleachers jumping up and down with a long touchdown pass. Instead, 2nd down and 10 upcoming for Central City. Arwen Betzer coming back into the game. He hasn't played much offense this season. We did see him in a formation earlier tonight. Wildcats break the huddle. 2nd and 10 from their own 21, winning 8-0 here early on. We've got 11 minutes to go in our second quarter. Klosterman's in the backfield. Snap goes to Aiden. Taken off to the right, gets a couple of blocks, makes a man miss. He's going to the 30, 35, 40, 35, pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line as Shaden Hansen made the tackle, and one of the referees is actually down on the ground at midfield. Don't see that very often. Certainly hope he's all right, as he is down on the ground, and he's clearly feeling it. As the referee along the Midland sideline took a hit, Beth Grigg, Central City's athletic trainer, jogs out there. Not something you typically see, and of course we'd never want to see anybody hurt, but especially a referee given their time, giving up their Friday night to help out some kids play the sport they love. Certainly hope he's all right. So Aiden Klosterman with a big gain on that carry, picked up 28 yards up to the Midland 31. But we've got an injury timeout on the field, and this time it is one of the referees. There's a lot of action going on along this near sideline on that previous play. And unfortunately, one of the men in stripes got in on the middle of it. Believe he's going to get up, and he is. Gets up with some assistance. Gets a big hand from the crowd. Now we'll see if he can continue can continue officiating here tonight. Referee's back up, hats on. And now he's having a conversation with the white hat, the head referee. It appears he's going to try to tough it out. Certainly hope he's all right. It's been well documented. There is a pretty big-time official shortage in the state of Iowa and around the country for prep sports. So certainly hope that he's all right. Mad respect for anybody who gives up their evenings to help out these kids play their sport. So he's good to go. 1st and 10, Wildcats from the Midland 31. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tight to the line of scrimmage. It's Matthew Klosterman in the shotgun. Snap goes to Matthew, keeps it up the middle. Bounces off a block. Now he's going to be taken down past the 25, up to about the 24-yard line. Good, tough running by Matthew. They're actually going to spot that at the 23. That's a gain of 8 on 1st down. 2nd down and 2 upcoming. 10:25 to go in our 2nd quarter. It's been a very quick ball game so far. The Wildcats showed last week they do not mind whatsoever letting that clock run down and putting points on the board in a meticulous way as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 2 from the Midland 23. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. As Matthew Klosterman takes a snap, he'll keep it himself. He's met at about the 20-yard line, but that will be enough for a 1st down. Needed 2 to move the chains. Matthew got 3. 1st down and 10, Central City from the Midland 20-yard line. Mekhi Benton runs into the huddle as Luke Birds will come onto the sideline for Central City. Wildcats back up to the line. Lucas Greif splits out to the left. Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Line is strong to the right side. Mekhi Benton's the tight end. Greif comes in motion to the right. Jet sweep. Cuts it up. Now trying to make some men miss. He gets a couple of yards, but not much more. Lucas Greif, again, the ball carrier that time on the jet sweep. And they're going to credit him for about a yard. Up to the 19. 2nd down and 9 is upcoming for Midland. As Jaden Hansen jogs into the huddle, he's back into the ball game for this 2nd and 9 play. Wildcats winning this one 8-0 so far. About 3 minutes into our 2nd quarter of play. Lucas Greif split out to the left. Hansen in the shotgun. Aiden Klosterman's to his left. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Looking end zone. Lucas Greif's there. It's a good ball. It's incomplete. As he had a chance at it but couldn't make the play. Ball falls to the ground, incomplete. Hansen 2 of 8 so far in this game. He's had some great opportunities, but none of those chances except for a couple have worked out so far. 3rd down and 9 upcoming. 9 minutes on the dot remaining on the clock. 3rd down and 9 from the Midland 19 for Central City. Aiden Klosterman and Matthew Klosterman are back there. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap goes to Aiden. Going to the right, gets a block from his brother. Past the 15, makes a juke move. He should have the 1st down. We'll see where they spot it. They will spot it past the 10 up to the 9. 1st down and goal upcoming for Central City as David Munyakazi loses a shoe. He'll get the shoe back on as Central City has 1st and goal. Gain of 10 on that carry from Aiden. 1st and goal is upcoming as we've got an official timeout on the field as David gets his shoe back on. Munyakazi has his shoe on and he jogs into the huddle. As the referee winds the clock, under 9 minutes to go until the half. Both teams up to the line. 1st and goal from the 9. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Greif is the fullback. It goes to Christopher Greif, up the middle, plunging forward, gets up to about the 5. They're going to spot him down at the 6. Pretty much what you expect from Christopher when he gets the football. Good, strong, hard-nosed running. And he gets a gain of 3 up to the 6. 2nd down and goal upcoming for Central City. Matthew Klosterman runs into the huddle with the play call. Wildcats on top 8-0 here. They had 1st and goal earlier on and couldn't cash in. They'll try to cash in here. Same formation. Closterman brothers back there. Christopher Greif is the fullback. They've got 3 plays to get 6 yards here. Aiden takes it, makes some moves, gets up past the 5, dragging a guy, and he's going to be taken down at about the 4. The official will spot that at the 4-yard line, so Aiden picks up 2. 3rd down and goal upcoming from the 4 as they will change formation. Luke Birds and Lucas Greif come on. Christopher Greif and Colton Nowadsky come off. Jaden Hansen still on the sideline. Ball is on the right hash. Wildcats working left to right here. 3 receivers bunched up left, 1 to the right. Matthew Klosterman in the shotgun. Matthew takes the snap, rolling left, going to take off, gets a block, trying to win the race to the pylon, and he will. Waiting for a signal. He's in there. Touchdown, Wildcats. Both Klosterman brothers have scored a touchdown here tonight, and Central City extends their lead over the Midland Eagles. Matthew runs it in from 4 yards out, got a great block. Believe Nolan Gates laid out that block, and Central City extends the lead. It's 14-0. They will go for 2 as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation as they were running a couple plays ago. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap goes to Aiden, gets some blocks, makes a juke move, fights ahead. He should be in there, and he is. Arms come into the air. 2-point conversion's good. Aiden Klosterman punches it in. Wildcats actually struggled with 2-point conversions last week. They're 2 for 2 so far tonight. We've got 7:15 to go in the second quarter. Central City leading this game 16-0. Wildcats drive it down the field, 59 yards on 10 plays. Matthew Klosterman picks up the last 4 and gets the Wildcats their second touchdown of the night. Quickly, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank is a full-service community bank. We believe in meeting the needs of our customers while exceeding their expectations. Banking is personal to each individual. That's why we provide options for your life. Member FDIC. As always, big thank you to Heartland Bank for their support in making these broadcasts possible. Cindy McCarthy had the call for some Wildcat volleyball last night. Took down the Wildcats of Maquoketa Valley 3-1. And of course, I got you guys for football here all season long, every Friday night throughout the year. So Jaden Hansen's going to kick it away for Central City. Sawyer House and Zane Sauer back deep to return. Sawyer House reminds me of Logan House, the big kid Easton Valley had a few years ago. Have to say, Logan House is built considerably more like a house than Sawyer House. House listed at 5'8", 165. I don't know if anybody listening remembers that Logan House kid. He was a tank, about 6'5" and well into the 200s. Hansen's going to kick it away. Puts a boot into it. That's a pretty good kick. A little wobbly. Zane Sauer fields at the 4. He'll return. Up to the 10. 15, gets a block, but Nolan Gates is there. Can't bring him down, but he will hang on, and Christopher Greif and others bring in reinforcements. Also had Connor Clark hustling down there. So Wildcats make the stop on that kick return. Zane Sauer brings it out to about the 17-yard line. Not too much better than a touchback. So Midland will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 17. Eagles working right to left here. Wildcats defending the end zone to my left from my vantage point up here in the press box. Eagles up to the line. 2 receivers split out right. Ballou in the shotgun. He's got Jared Kroc to his right. Sauer comes in motion to the left. The snap is bad. It's going back towards the 5. Picked up by Ballou. He's in massive trouble, and he's going to be taken down. He breaks out of the end zone. Now he's got some room to run. Tries to be taken down from behind by Dayton Price. They will get him down, but not before he picks up several yards. What was nearly a safety ends up being a gain of about 4 yards. Caden Ballou brings it up to the 21-yard line. Got an official's timeout on the field. As looks like Arwen Betzer, way back in the end zone to my right, is the injured player, and Beth Gregg's out there to help work on him. Hopefully Arwen is all right. So what could have been a safety ends up being a 4-yard gain for Midland. After the injury timeout, they'll have 2nd down and 6 from their own 21. We've got 6 minutes, 55 seconds on the clock until the half. My apologies, I'm a little bit inconsistent on my time updates. Here at Midland, the way the field's set up, you pretty much have to throw your entire body out of the window to see the clock. I can tell you, 6 minutes, 55 seconds to go until we reach the half. Coach Myers has now made his way out there to check on Arwen Betzer. He's being helped up and clearly is in some pain, but he's up. He's going to try to walk it off. He is walking under his own power, so hopefully we can see him again here tonight. Gets a hand from both sections of this crowd as he makes his way over to the sideline. So both teams are going to be back out there here in just a moment, and we'll be set to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining here in this first half. Wildcats on top of Midland, 16-0. Midland come up to the line, 2nd down and 6 from their own 21. Ballou is in the shotgun, I should say. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, going to the right. Trying to keep him contained, and they will, as he kept trying to find some room along that far sideline. Couldn't do it. Makai Benton was the defensive end over there, and Aiden Klosman ended up making the tackle. It's an example of the importance of the defensive end doing a good job. Makai won't get credited for that tackle, but it wouldn't have been made without his contributions on that previous play. Ball is back to the 20. It was a loss of 1 on that previous play. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for Midland from their own 20-yard line. 2 receivers split out left, 1 to the right, and now they will split another receiver out to the right. Twin receivers to either side. Ballou all by himself in the shotgun. 3rd down and 7 from their own 20. Ballou takes the snap. Benton providing the pressure. There's a blitz, and it's incomplete. Christopher Greif blew that play up as he got the ball away, but it was nowhere near being catchable for Zane Sauer thanks to the pressure from Greif. It is punting time for Midland as Anthony Harrington, the freshman punter, jogs onto the field. He's done a fine job so far this year, averaging 37 per punt. Shaden Hansen will handle the long snapping duties. Here's a little fun fact, folks. Shaden Hansen and Jaden Hansen are the 2 long snappers here tonight. Lucas Greif is back deep to return at about the 27 as Harrington gets set up to punt from his own 10. High snap, but he handles it, kicks it away. Line drive punt. Greif fields off a couple of bounces. Now he's going to return. Reverses field. Goes past the 30. Dragged down by the ankles. At about the 32-yard line, the long snapper, Shaden Hansen, got down there and got him. As the Wildcats will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. It's returned up to the 32. About a 3-yard return. Wildcats take over 1st and 10 from their own 32. 31 yards on that punt from Harrington, 3 on the return. Wildcats up to the line, 1st and 10 from their own 32. Lucas Greif is split out left, Hansen's in the shotgun, and he's got Aiden Klosterman to his left. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. It's a clean pocket. Going down the sideline, Lucas Greif is there. That one's going to be caught, and he's taken down inside the 10. And it's going to be 1st down and goal for Central City. And a flag came in the backfield. Here comes the call. Holding is the call, so take the big gain off the board as a holding penalty comes in. That'll be 10 yards from the spot. Wildcats will have it back at their own 22-yard line. So a big change in field position there, as instead of having it about the 6, they'll have it from their own 22. The umpire marching off the penalty yardage. Sets it down at the 22. Wildcats have had their penalty issues so far this year. So far tonight, 4 penalties. They've lost 32 yards. It's 1st and 20 from their own 22. Hansen takes the snap. Same play. Greif has a step down the sideline. He's going to make, no, it's incomplete. Pass falls incomplete. Sawyer House had the coverage. He made up some ground and batted that one down. 2nd down and 20 is upcoming for Central City. Jaden Hansen, 2 of 9 so far in this game for 36 yards. He's thrown some good balls, but none of them have resulted in completions except for those 2 exceptions. So 2nd down and 20 is upcoming for Central City. They have it at, that might actually be their own 23-yard line. as Hansen runs into the huddle. Wildcats up to the line as Jaden Hansen will split out to the left side for Central City. Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Snap goes to Aiden, gets a block from his brother. Got a couple more blocks past the 30, upended, and he's going to be taken down shy of the original line of scrimmage. Jaden Hansen made the tackle, but now he's injured. Aiden gets a gain of 8 on that carry up to the 30. As Hansen made the tackle, but he's going to feel that tackle when he wakes up tomorrow morning. He's also feeling it a little bit right now. Aiden knew he had about one more man to beat before the end zone, but unfortunately couldn't get past Shaden Hansen, brought him down, and Hansen is back up on his feet now. He'll walk over to the sideline unassisted. Third down and 12 for Central City upcoming. They have it at their own 30-yard line. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go until the half. Wildcats winning this one 16-0. Hansen in the shotgun, twin receivers left, one to the right, tight to the line of scrimmage. Hansen takes the snap, drops back. He rolls out to his left. In trouble, Jared Kroc tries to get him. He's going to try to take off as the flag comes in. As Jaden's going to be well short of the first down, but a flag came in as Jared Kroc went high to try to bring Hansen down. Believe that will be the flag. We'll wait for the call from the official as he goes over to the official on the far sideline. And now here comes the call. And I believe that will be a face mask called against Central City, or excuse me, against Midland. Central City, the beneficiary of that call. And that will be enough for a first down. This was the 15-yard variety. There is a 5-yard variety for just grabbing up near that face mask, but he got a hold of it this time. So that ball spotted at the 32. So Wildcats have first down and 10 from the Midland 32 as they come up to the line. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Snap goes to Aiden. He's got some room, makes a man miss. Going to be taken down a bit shy of the 25. As that's a good gain on first down from Aiden. Gets it up to the, looks like 26-yard line. Call that a gain of 6. Second down and 4 is upcoming. The ball spotted at the Midland 26-yard line. Clock keeps rolling down, 4:45 and counting to go until we reach the half here from the Wyoming Fairgrounds, home of the Midland Eagles. Wildcats up to the line. Jaden Hansen split out to the left. Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Matthew is on the left, and it is Aiden on the right. Line of scrimmage strong to the left. Aiden Klosterman on the carry. He's going to be taken down shortly past the 25 up to about the 24. As Keegan Rushford was there right away. Jared Kroc also helped finish that one off. Gain of about 2 on that carry. We'll actually call that 3. So third down and 1 is upcoming after Aiden picks up right around 3 yards on second down. If you're just tuning in, folks, David Warrington here at the Wyoming Fairgrounds. They were Central City trying to take down Midland for the first time since 2007. They lead 16-0 here in the closing moments of our second quarter. We've got 3:45 on the clock. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap's going to go to Aiden. Going up the middle. He will have the first down, and he tries to break out of a tackle, but he cannot. Caden Ballou brings him down with Ty Jensen providing the assistance. But Aiden does get enough for the first down. Brought it up to the 21-yard line. Gained 2, and he needed 1, but Aiden's a little bit slow to get up. So Aiden a little slow to get up, but he gets up without even really being checked out, so I think he's going to be all right. Maybe miss a play or two, but hopefully we'll see him back in. As Jaden Hansen will come in for this formation for Central City with Aiden's injury. He is standing on the sideline as Aiden, and he doesn't look to be in any noticeable amount of pain. Certainly a good sign there. Hansen alongside Matthew Klosterman into the huddle. Wildcats have first and 10 from the Midland 21, leading 16-0, trying to extend that lead. Hansen's on the left, and Matthew Klosterman's on the right here. Snap goes to Christopher Greif, the fullback. Had to kind of reach out and get it, but he plunges forward for a modest gain. Gets it up to about the 18-yard line. We'll call that the 17-yard line, so Christopher Greif picks up about 4. As 2nd down and 6 is upcoming for Central City. Clock continues to roll down as the Wildcats come up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 6 from the Midland 17. Hansen in the shotgun. Matthew Klosterman to his right. It's going to be rolling out to the left, or excuse me, to the right. Benton's wide open, and he can't make the grab. It's just slightly overthrown. Benton was wide open, but the pass falls to the ground incomplete. And 3rd down and 6 is upcoming. 2:24 on the clock. Benton got his hands on it, almost had a chance to get it on the rebound there, but couldn't make the play. So 3rd down and 6 is coming up. Matthew Klosterman runs into the huddle. And now Central City up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6 from the Midland 17. This time Matthew Klosterman's to Jaden Hansen's left. Snap goes to Matthew. He'll go up the middle here on 3rd and 6. Pushes a man in front of him, gets a block. He will be close to a first down. He should have it. And one of the most obvious face masks you'll ever see is Seth Bixler is called for that one. Believe that would have been just enough for a first down regardless, but a face mask comes in. So they'll get some extra yards added to the end of it. Klosterman gained 6 on 3rd and 6. So it would have been a first down either way. And they're going to add some penalty yardage. I believe horse collar was the official ruling. Regardless, they will have it up to the 7-yard line. First down and goal for Central City. Ball's at the 7. Klosterman brothers in the shotgun. Lucas Greif is split out to the right. He comes in motion to the left. They give the jet sweep to Lucas, going to the left. Gets some blocks. He's going to the end zone, and Lucas Greif finds the goal line and crosses over for a score. Central City extends their lead as Lucas Greif punches it in from 7 yards out. 3 Wildcats have scored on the ground so far tonight, both Klosterman brothers. Now Lucas Greif gets in on the action, and he gets into the end zone. Wildcats will go for 2. It's 22-0. They'll try to make it 24. Lucas Greif splits out to the left. Klosterman brothers are in the shotgun. Benton's the tight end. He's on the right side. Greif comes in motion to the right. It'll be a fake jet sweep. Aiden keeps it up the middle, but he's met in the backfield. Ty Jensen had him, as did Keegan Rushford. So the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Nonetheless, we've got 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go until the half. Central City extends their lead. It is 22-0. Wildcats go 48 yards on 11 plays, and they punch it in via a Lucas Greif touchdown run from 7 yards out. Eagles are already back out there to return the kick. Sawyer House as well as Zane Sauer back deep. Looks like we've got Owen Stirk alongside Seth Bixler at the 20-yard line. They're the lead blockers. House is on the left in the kick return team for Midland. Sauer's on the right. They're both spotted at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Wildcats leading this game 22-0 as we're just a couple of minutes away from the half. As the Wildcats come onto the field to get set to kick it away. Jaden Hansen comes out with the tee. He'll spot the football at the 30, and we'll set it down on the tee. Christopher Greif, Josh Lindsay, Nolan Gates, Colton Nowadsky, Luke Birds, Brandon Hennick, and Connor Clark also on the field for Central City for the kickoff team, as Jaden Hansen gets set to kick it away. Hansen up to the ball, sends it away. That's a good end-over-end kick, and that'll go into the end zone about a yard deep for a touchback. 3 kickoffs from Hansen tonight. They've all been very good ones. That one does get into the end zone for a touchback, and they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15. 7th touchback of the year for Jaden on 23 kickoffs. So it hasn't been every time, but certainly a very consistent kicker. So Midland will take over, 1st down and 10. They have the football at their own 15-yard line. 65-yard field in front of them. 2-minute drill upcoming. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go until the half here from Wyoming. Eagles up to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Blue's in the shotgun. He's got Sauer to his left. Kroc is to his right. Takes the snap. Hands it off. No, he keeps it himself, going to the right. He's going to be taken down shortly after starting the run. He will actually lose a yard there. Nothing going that time. Luke Birds met him from behind. Looks like Favre Weber comes out of the bottom of the pile. Aiden Klosterman also in there, so he's okay after being a little bit banged up. Shaden Hansen also back in for the Eagles. He was banged up a couple of plays ago. So loss of 1, 2nd down and 11 from the 14-yard line for Midland as they come up to the line. 2 receivers split to the left for Midland. Ballew's in the shotgun. He's got Hansen to his left. I believe Kroc and Sauer are the receivers. Low snap, but he handles it. Screen pass out to Sauer on the left. One-on-one with Nolan Gates, and he's going to bring him down, but he gets a few yards on the play. Be a pretty nice gain on that play for the Eagles. Caden Ballew to Zane Sauer. It will be short of a first down, I believe, but it might be close. They have not moved the chains, and I don't think they will. No, they will not. It is a yard short of the first down. So 3rd down and 1 from their own 24 as they're going to go in the I formation, trying to get the big boys up front to push them forward. QB sneak, as Cody Ratliff calls over here to my right up here in the press box, and Caden Ballew runs it pretty well. Gets it up past the 30. As that'll be a gain of about 8 on that QB sneak, up to the 32. As we're down to 45 seconds on the clock, Midland has all 3 timeouts, but they have not used one yet. They're up to the line as Dayton Price jogs in at the last second, but he's going to have to come out. Not enough time to get in there. 2 receivers right. Ballew takes the snap, fumbles the football. He picks it up. Now he's in trouble. Benton's there. Can't get him. Weber's chasing after him. Throw down the field is going to be caught. It's a diving catch by Zane Sauer. On a broken play, they complete the football down to the 24-yard line. So Midland has 3 timeouts, 24 seconds to get 24 yards. Gain of 24 on that completion from Ballew to Sauer. And believe they just used their first timeout. 24 seconds until the half. Central City on top of the Midland Eagles by a score of 22-0. So timeout on the field. Give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank represents new approach to banking in Iowa. Expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. Heartland Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports. Member FDIC. Of course, thank you to Heartland Bank for all their great support of Central City athletics, including these broadcasts of Wildcat football every Friday night. Broadcasts of Wildcat volleyball throughout the year, and we'll have you guys covered all basketball season long once we get into the winter months. 24 seconds on the clock. Midland has first down and 10 from the Central City 24. Wildcats leading this game 22-0. Twin receivers left. Ballew in the shotgun. Jared Kroc is to his left. Ballew takes the snap. Pressure right away from Central City. Favre Weber tries to bring him down. He can't, but Dayton Price can, and that'll be a sack. Favre Weber almost got the horse collar up there, but heady play there from Weber as he realizes the issue and pulls back and lets one of his teammates take the play. So loss of 5 as the clock stopped at 18 seconds after he went out of bounds. 2nd and 15 for Midland from the 29. Twin receivers left, so it's the same formation here. Ballew in the shotgun, Kroc to his left, takes the snap, drops back, but a flag comes in. Benton may have gotten just a bit of a head start as the flag flies, and I believe that is what they're going to call. Benton jumped the snap count just a bit. So they're going to spot the football at the 24-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. So after the penalty, 2nd down and 10 for Midland from the Wildcat 24. 18 seconds on the clock, and the Eagles have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers left, Bixler and Sauer. Ballew in the shotgun. Jared Kroc is to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, pressure's there. Dayton Price is going to bring him down in the backfield. Mekhi Benton helps finish it off. That's a sack, and a timeout, I believe, was called. But nope, the clock keeps running. No timeout, and that might bring us to the half. Clock has hit all zeros. Waiting for an indication. That is going to be it for the first half. The Wildcats shut out the Eagles in the first half. As that will do it for our first half of play here from Wyoming. Central City leading the Eagles by 3 scores. 22-0, Wildcats on top. So an exciting first half. Wildcats lead it by a score of 22-0 as we go to the end of our first half of football. So folks, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some recap of that first half. As it is worth noting, there was an extended conversation going on with one of the Midland assistant coaches and the referees, and now head coach Lenny Miller is going to make his way in there. So extended conversation going on out there. We'll take our attention towards that first half of action. Here's a drive-by-drive recap of that opening half. Central City got the football first to begin the game. They went 47 yards on just 5 plays and punched it into the end zone when Aiden Klosterman scored a touchdown. Eagles then went 2 plays, -1 yards, and Lucas Greif picked off a pass. Wildcats got it back, 9 plays, 30 yards, but they turned it over on downs. Midland then put together a great drive from their own 9, 50 yards on 13 plays, but they turned it over on downs. Wildcats held strong at the end. Central City got it from their own 21 after that. They went 59 yards, 10 plays, and Matthew Klosterman scored a touchdown. It was then 3 and out for Midland as the Wildcats had another extended drive. 48 yards and 11 plays, and they punched a touchdown in. Lucas Greif ran that one in. Wildcats took about 4.5 minutes off the clock on that one. And then the Eagles ended the half trying to get into the end zone. Went 6 plays, 36 yards, but couldn't punch it in as time ran out. With that said, here's a look at our first half statistics. First, for tonight's host of Midland. Caden Ballou, 5 of 9, 59 yards and an interception in that first half. Ballou also the leading ball carrier. Caden Ballou had 12 carries for 4 yards. Shaden Hansen, 1 carry for no gain. Zane Sauer, 2 carries for -2 yards. Wildcats allowed 2 rushing yards in that first half. Zane Sauer, 3 receptions for 35 yards for Midland. Warren Eaton, 1 reception for 14 yards. Seth Bixler caught 1 pass, and he gained 10 yards. Now for Central City, Jaden Hansen was 2 of 11 for 36 yards. Those 2 passes went to Mekhi Benton for a gain of 34 and Lucas Greif for a gain of 2 on a screen pass. Rushing game is really where Central City took over in that first half. Aiden Klosterman, 12 carries, 71 yards and a touchdown. Matthew Klosterman, 6 carries, 41 yards and a touchdown. Lucas Greif, 3 carries, 17 yards. He scored a touchdown as well. And Christopher Greif ran it twice for 7 yards. Those 2 pairs of brothers have been critical in the ground game for Central City. The Klostermans and the Greifs have really led the way for the Wildcats on the ground. So there's a look at your first half statistics and recap of that opening half. Again, our score, Central City 22, Midland 0. As we have reached the half, Midland will get it first, remember. Wildcats got the football to begin the game, so Midland will take the football first once we get our second half underway here in about a little under 12 minutes' time. It is homecoming night here at Midland, by the way, but I don't see any presentation getting set to begin for Queen and King candidates. We'll see if that does end up happening here tonight. Folks, let's see if we can get some updates from games going on around the district. There really is I just got a great message from Jason McLaughlin up here that his wife was pregnant with Cooper the last time Central City beat Midland, and Cooper is now a freshman on this football team. I mentioned in the open, that was actually how I led off this broadcast. George W. Bush was the United States president. Both teams were playing 11-man football, and I was 5 years old. It's been a while, folks, so certainly Central City trying to change that momentum. 3 of the last 4 years, the Wildcats could have and arguably should have won. 3 years ago here in Wyoming, it was an absolute mess out on that field. Keegan Kula, my buddy, was a junior at the time, ended up looking like a swamp monster the next morning on film. 40-28 was the final in that one. Then the next year, my senior year, we had them where we wanted them at the third quarter, I should say, but then they came back in the fourth and won it. And last year in Central City, Wildcats led it at the half, but couldn't hold on and ended up losing that game by a couple of touchdowns. They lead it 22-0 here. Defense has been fantastic. Offense has done exactly what they needed to do when they needed to do it. We'll see if they can continue that good momentum here tonight. So what I was going to do a little earlier on, let's take a look at the Easton Valley-Springville game. I'll take a guess who's going to win this one, but I'll look to confirm. And Easton Valley leading Springville 45-0. They're at the half there in Preston. That is the only other district game going on here tonight, folks. Remember, Calamus-Wheatland and Central Elkader both dropped their varsity football programs within the week or week and a half of the season starting. So neither of them are playing on Friday nights. Wildcats were supposed to come right back here to Wyoming in 2 weeks. Instead, they will go to Maynard to take on West Central, but I'll go over that full schedule here in just a couple of moments. So because of those two teams dropping, there are only 2 district games happening almost every week. Last week was 3 because Elkader and Cal Wheat were supposed to play one another. But pretty much every year, or every week I should say, it is going to be just the 2 district games. The other 2 teams, Key is in Janesville taking on those Wildcats. And Edgewood-Colesburg actually did not find a game for tonight. So the Vikings, after falling to Central City last week, are taking the night off. With all that said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the schedule coming up for Central City as we go down the stretch of the season. This is the official midway point. After tonight, the Wildcats will be halfway through their regular season. And if they play 2 more good quarters of football, they'll do so undefeated. Opening game of the year, Lone Tree fell to Central City 44-21. They went to Lansing 2 weeks ago, and Wildcats got the job done 48-0. And Edgewood-Colesburg was a victim of the Wildcats last week in Central City, 38-12. Next week is the big one, folks. Easton Valley, 4th-ranked team in the state of Iowa, beating up on the Orioles here tonight in Preston. They will be making the trip to Central City for homecoming 2022. Wildcats will look to make a big splash and try to shock the state. Of course, they have business to attend to here in the second half, but they have a chance to make it a huge matchup next week in Central City. After that, they will go to Springville for their Week 6 district finale. Bit unconventional there, but they will finish district play 2 weeks before the end of the regular season. That Tractor Bowl trophy's been over in Springville a little bit too long for my liking and many other Wildcat fans, so hopefully Central City can get that back on the bus with them when they make the trip back to Central City 2 weeks from tonight, September 30th, and they go to Springville to try to take down the Orioles. Wildcats have played at Springville 3 of the last 4 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. They played there in 2019 and 2020. They came to Central City last year. They'll be back in Springville here in 2 weeks. Then district play ends. Non-district play begins in Week 7 on October 7th for Central City. They go to Maynard to take on the legendary head coach Steve Milder and the West Central Blue Devils. Coach Milder's been coaching high school football for a very, very long time, 50-plus years in that profession. And he's got his Blue Devil team back up to standard of what they want there at West Central. They've been away from that for somewhere near a decade now, but they got a pretty good team. That'll be a good non-district matchup for Central City. That'll be 3 weeks from tonight, October 7th. Wildcats go to Maynard. And I have to say thank you to West Central, and I'm sure they have some similar sentiments to us. We both worked together to make sure we got a Week 7 matchup, as I want to say Rockford was the team that canceled on West Central out of their district. Don't quote me on that, but they also lost a game via a team not being able to field a varsity team. And then finally in Week 8, October 14th, Wildcats conclude their regular season. For senior night, they will host Hiawatha out of Illinois. That'll be October 14th. That'll be a very interesting game. Something for Hiawatha to adjust to. They play on a 100-yard field over in Illinois for 8-man football. So they'll have a much shorter field to contend with. Not sure how much of a difference that'll actually make for them. It's still 40 yards wide over in Illinois. It'll certainly be interesting to see some brand new faces coming into Central City. As pretty much every other team on the schedule we see at least every couple of years, if not more. West Central last played back in 2019, but clearly I think I don't have to go out on a limb saying Hiawatha of Illinois has never taken on Central City High School in prep athletics. So there is your look at the Wildcat football schedule as we go down the stretch of the season. Wildcats 3-0, trying to go 4-0 with a 22-0 halftime lead on Midland. They have to play 2 more great quarters of football, but certainly in a good spot at the moment. So as the Midland team makes their way back onto the sideline and we get a little bit closer to getting back underway, why don't we take a look at the Central City volleyball team. I mentioned a little bit earlier on that Cindy McCarthy had the call for the Wildcats' 3-1 win over Maquoketa Valley last night when they took down the other Wildcats. But going back a little bit farther, they had a tournament at South Hardin this past weekend. My little sister Ava is a junior, and she's a starter on the varsity team, so a little more inside information this year, if you will. Heard from my mom, it was a bit of a mess over there at South Hardin. As they got there, it was raining, and there was a leak in the roof. It wasn't playable in their high school gym. So they had to wait, try to find if the leak would stop or if they could go play in the middle school. Not sure exactly how that saga ended, but they did end up getting some games in. Here are the results of those games. It was a couple of tough nights for Edgewood Colesburg against Central City. The night after the Wildcat football team took down the Vikings, the Wildcat volleyball team took them down 2-0, 21-19, 21-18. Wildcats got a 3-set win over Boone. Remember, they play 3 sets, first to 21 in tournament play, 5 sets, first to 25 in varsity non-tournament play. They beat Boone 2-1, fell to South Hardin 2-1, and then were swept by Gladbrook Rhinebeck 2-0, 21-18 and 21-19 to end their tournament play. And then, like I said, last night they hosted Maquoketa Valley, and they got the win 3-1. They won the first 2 sets quite comfortably, 25-18, 25-19. Fell 25-17 in that third set, and things got pretty dicey towards the end of that fourth set. But the Wildcats did pull out a win, 25-23, clutched up on match point, and were able to get the victory. Wildcats 11-8 on the season. As I believe tournament play is over. It's just Tri-Rivers Conference play the rest of the way. They travel to Alburnett this coming Tuesday, and then this Thursday they go to East Buchanan. A big matchup coming up on the 27th. They will host Springville. Springville, one of the better teams in Class 1A. They've got a very good team, and they're 13-1 so far this season. But Central City has given them a run for their money twice, forcing a third set in tournament play on 2 occasions this year. Then the Wildcats will hit the road and play at Edgewood Colesburg on the 29th. They conclude their regular season on October 4th and 6th. They have a matchup at home against Starmont for senior night on the 4th. And they go to Troy Mills to face the Northland Lynx on October 6th. That will conclude the regular season for the Central City volleyball team. So certainly want to wish nothing but the best to our volleyball team as they get set to go down the stretch of their season. Both teams back on the sidelines at the moment. As Jeff McGovern, former Wildcat, in the chat, Hiawatha any good? That's a good question, Jeff. Why don't we check that out? Put that into Google. Let's see what Max Preps says. So according to Max Preps, they are 2-0. They've only played 2 games so far. They defeated Christian Life, Keith Country Day, that's a bit of a mouthful, 66-24. And then let's see their full schedule here. They also defeated Ashton Franklin Center, 66-38. They are off for, looks like a couple of weeks in a row, in fact, so I understand why they're coming to Central City. They're having a tough time fielding a schedule. They have a home game against Polo here tonight, so that doesn't really tell any of us much, I would say, but 2 wins, no losses so far for Hiawatha, but they have quite a stretch of not being able to play games. So they were off last week, and they will be off this week, back to play next week. So Wildcats onto the field and getting stretched out. Let's see what the clock is at. We've got 2.5 minutes on the clock. Not sure if that is including or not including the stretch period. But nonetheless, we are getting close to second half football here from Wyoming. Wildcats over on that far sideline looked like they're getting stretched out and ready to go. As we'll get third quarter football underway here in just a couple of minutes. Wildcats on top 22-0 as one of the Midland linemen just ran up behind the bench and jumped over. It had me a little nervous for him, but he cleared it. Just a couple more minutes until we get second half action underway. David Warrington here with you folks from the Wyoming Fairgrounds, home of the Midland Eagles. Just about 10 or 15 minutes ago, we had a conversation up here in the press box about how it's been a long, long time since Central City beat Midland. I mentioned in the open, 2007 was the last time Central City took down the Midland Eagles. Both teams had not made the switch to 8-man yet. Central City would do so the next year when they made that run to the postseason and got a couple of home playoff games. As hopefully in 24 minutes time here, we will be able to scratch that from the record books, and it will be Central City in the win column. Third year senior.
Guess what? I was a third year senior, but I had 3 senior years. So it's like the same.
Down about 40 seconds on the clock, and not sure if they've already done the 3-minute stretch period, but I would assume so, as the kickoff team for Central City is huddled up by that far sideline. Coach Kirscher getting his guys huddled up over there, and now they will come onto the field. Central City takes the field first. They will get set to kick it away to begin our third quarter of football. Central City working left to right in this third quarter, and it will be Midland working right to left. Jaden Hansen will kick it away. Sawyer House and Zane Sauer are the two back deep to return for Midland. Jaden Hansen takes the football and sets it on the tee. Zane Sauer is alongside Sawyer House back deep to return. We're just about set for second half football here from Wyoming. Hansen has his hand in the air, comes up to the football. Second half is underway. Kick is taken by Sawyer House just shy of the 10, up to the 15-20. Forced out to the sideline. He steps out of bounds, but they must not have called it. Jaden Hansen blew him up down far the sideline, but I thought he stepped out closer to the 30. They're going to say he brought it up almost to midfield. They are going to spot the football at the 37-yard line. That is where Midland will take over first and 10. So Midland football, first down and 10 from their own 37. That's an interesting choice. They're just now at this very moment announcing homecoming king and queen as the football team comes up to the line. Blue in the shotgun, takes the snap, runs it up the middle, keeps it himself, breaks out of one tackle, but Aiden Klosterman's there, and Makai Benton helps finish it off. Dayton Price had the ankles. Not much room there for Caden Ballou. We'll call that a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9. Wildcats gave up a total of 2 yards of rushing offense to Midland in that first half. They look to stay stout defensively. 59 yards through the pass game in that first half for Midland. Ballou in the shotgun for the Eagles. He's got a couple of players to either side. Sauer to his left, Hansen to his right. Low snap, picks it up off the ground, gives it to Sauer, and he's met right away. David Munyakazi on the play. Makai Benton's there. It was Dayton Price that got there first, and Favre Weber helped finish it off. Plenty of Wildcats getting over there. You'll notice every time the Wildcats make a tackle, I'm saying several names. That's because everybody's getting over there and helping make a play. A loss of 1 on that previous carry. It'll be third down and 10 for Midland from their own 37-yard line. Eagles up to the line. One receiver left, twins to the right, and now we got a stoppage. As Makai Benton's going to be told he has to come off. Colton Nowadsky will replace him. I'm assuming it's something with his equipment. As now they're in a frenzy to try to get him a usable helmet. Nonetheless, one receiver left, 2 to the right, third and 10 from their own 37. Ballou takes the snap. Swing pass over to the right side. Nobody over there. As Zane Sauer on the reception, Jaden Hansen makes the play, but not before. That should be first down yardage, but it might be a yard short. Looks like that will, in fact, be about a yard short, as they're going to spot the football at the 34. That was a gain of 9, so 4th and 1 is upcoming. 4th down and 1 for Midland. They have it at the Central City 34-yard line. Eagles up to the line. 4th down and a yard. They're in the I formation. Watch the QB sneak from Caden Ballou. That's what we've got, and he's got a first down. They push the pile ahead. He will gain about 3, just needed 1. And Ballou picks up the first down. Gain of 3 on the QB sneak from Ballou. Up to the 31. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Just under 10 minutes to go in our third quarter, as believe Makai Benton having a problem with his helmet as he was forced off the field, but now he's putting a hat on and he'll be out here momentarily, one would hope. Ballou in the shotgun, a back to either side, takes the snap, gives it to Zane Sauer, going to the right. Dayton Price meets him right away. Absolutely nothing going out there. Dayton Price was there first. Colton Nowatzki helped finish it off. As Zane Sauer is going to be taken down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from their own 33. Zane Sauer not having the night on the ground he's wanted so far. He's ran the football 4 times and he's lost 5 yards. Eagles up to the line. 2nd down and 12 from the Wildcat 33. Twin receivers left. Ballou in the shotgun. Shaden Hansen to his left. Hansen now splits out left. And looks like Zane Sauer leaves early. And that'll be a false start. 2nd and 17 will be upcoming for Midland. After Zane Sauer, the middle receiver in the trips formation, leaves early. So ball will go back to the 38. 2nd down and 17 is upcoming. Just under 9 minutes remaining in our third quarter. Eagles taking their time in the huddle here. Makai Benton is back on the field, by the way, folks, so he's got his helmet figured out. 2 receivers left for Midland. Ballou in the shotgun. Jared Kroc to his left. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Pressure's there, up the middle. Christopher Greif grabs him, and he throws him to the ground. Christopher Greif makes the sack. Looked like a wrestler trying to go for some sort of toss there, and makes the play. Back into Midland territory at the 39. Loss of 3 on the sack. And it will be 3rd down and very long upcoming for Midland. 3rd and 20 from their own 39-yard line. Shaden Hansen takes the play call and jogs into the huddle. Eagles again taking their time. Big 3rd down upcoming. It's 3rd and 20. 3rd and very long. They have it from their own 39-yard line. Twin receivers left. And now we got a timeout as they were trying to figure out the formation. A little bit of confusion. So Midland uses their first timeout of our second half. They've got 2 remaining. 7 minutes, 44 seconds to go in our third quarter. Central City on top of Midland by a score of 22-0. During this break in the action, got to give a shout out to our great sponsor, Heartland Bank. Each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Heartland Bank, member FDIC. As always, can't say thank you enough to Heartland Bank for their great support of Wildcat football, Wildcat volleyball, all Wildcat athletics, really. Every broadcast you hear on the Wildcat Sports YouTube page, could not do it without them. So thanks so much to Heartland Bank for their great support. Wildcats take the field first after this timeout. Midland just used their first of the second half. We only saw 1 timeout that entire opening half. Wildcats didn't use 1. Midland just used 1. Eagles have 2 remaining in this third quarter into the fourth, and Central City has all 3. Eagles up to the line. 3rd down and 20 yards to go from their own 39. 1 receiver left. Ballou in the shotgun. Shaden Hansen's to his left. Zane Sauer's kind of an up back, and now he moves over to the right side. He goes into a 3-point stance. Ballou takes a snap. Screen pass. Benton's there. Destroys him. The pass is caught by Eaton. Christopher Greif makes a diving tackle, and he's taken down past the 35, shy of the original line of scrimmage. 4th and long is upcoming. Christopher Greif makes the tackle on the previous play. It was well set up by Midland, but Greif did a great job of reading the play and being there to make the stop. They got it up to the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 13, and I think they are going to punt it away. Lucas Greif moves back to return. Anthony Harrington will be doing the punting for Midland, and Shaden Hansen will handle the long snapping. There's a receiver to either side on this punt formation. Punt is away from Harrington off the side of his foot. That might end up being a good one, but it will go over the goal line for a touchback. And they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line, Will Central City. So Wildcats will get it from their own 15 after the touchback on that previous punt. Six minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Wildcats on top. Got a comment here from Logan. Is Jaden Hansen still able to play? Yep, Jaden's been out there right now. In fact, he's in the shotgun for this formation with twin receivers left, one to the right. Hansen's been in here all game. Was a little banged up last week, but he's been good to go this week. Play action pass, dropping back in the pocket, steps up, sends a heave downfield, and it's going to be nearly intercepted. Was it? He held on to it, and that is going to be picked off. It was intercepted by Zane Sauer, and that's Jaden's first interception of the season. Midland will take over 1st and 10 from their own 31. But hold up, we have a flag way back at the line of scrimmage, and it's against Midland. So we'll see if that flag takes away the interception. I'm not totally sure. Believe they're going to say the flag came after. So Midland will take the football. Zane Sauer on the interception there. Picked it off at the 31-yard line, and they will march off some penalty yardage. The ball will be spotted back at the 16-yard line. And that is where Midland will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 16. Just Jaden's first interception of the season to 8 touchdowns as Midland has it from their own 16, and looks like Matthew Closeman, who was playing nose guard there, jumped. So it will be a 5-yard penalty. And the Eagles get it up to their own 21. Matthew Closeman tried to get a head start on that one. Eagles have it 1st and 5 from their own 21. Ballou in the shotgun, Sauer to his left, Hansen to his right. They go on a hard count. Up the middle goes Ballou, uses a block, and he's upended by Aiden Klosterman. Up past the 25. That'll be enough for a 1st down up to about the 22. Gain of about 6 yards from Caden Ballou on that carry. Gets it up to the 27-yard line. That's where the Eagles have 1st down and 10 with 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ballou in the shotgun, couple of backs to either side, keeps it himself up the middle, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield by Aiden Klosterman. Looks like that'll lose a yard on that carry. They will give him credit for no gain, so they won't give him the -1. No gain, 2nd down and 10 for Midland, coming up from their own 27-yard line. Central City on top, 22-0. Nobody scored so far in our second half. I formation, Hansen's the fullback, Sauer the running back, Ballou under center. Takes the snap, play action pass, Benton's there right away, and he just throws it into the dirt at the feet of Keegan Rushford, one of his guards. As Benton was there in an instant. So the pass goes incomplete. And 3rd down and 10 is upcoming. They have it at their own 27-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wildcats will try to stop him here on 3rd down and 10. Jared Kroc is the last player to run into the huddle for Midland. And now the Eagles break their huddle. Twin receivers to either side for the Eagles. Eaton and Sauer on one side. As Ballou is in the shotgun. Believe Bixler is one of the receivers on the other side. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, clean pocket for the moment. Pass is going to be incomplete. Great pass coverage by Nolan Gates. Zane Sauer, the intended target that time. But the pass falls to the ground. Gates, just a sophomore. He had his moments on special teams last year as a freshman, but he's took a major step up this season at the pick six last week that really took any momentum away from Edco as they were trying to get back into the game. Now the Wildcats will get it back. Anthony Harrington will punt. And we've got Lucas Greif back deep to return. High snap, but it's handled. Kicks away. Kind of the same thing as last time, but this will actually take a nice bounce. As Lucas is going to have a second thought, and he will try to return it. Up past the 15, going to the 20, runs out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. They're going to spot him out at the 23. Gained about 10 yards on the return. Central City will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23. Lucas Greif has actually returned more punts than anybody else in the state of Iowa entering tonight's game. Tells you two things. One, Central City's forced a lot of punts so far this year. And two, Lucas Greif is very aggressive when they send him back deep. So ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Wildcats have 1st and 10. 5.5 minutes to go in our third quarter. Central City on top, 22-0. Wildcats break the huddle. Klostrom brothers are in the backfield. Matthew on the left, Aiden on the right. Christopher Greif is the fullback. Snap is going to go to Aiden. Gets a lead block, finds a seam, breaks out of a tackle, going past the 35, taken down a couple of yards shy of midfield. That'll be more than enough for a first down as he brings it up close to the 38. They are going to spot it right at the 38, so that's a gain of 15 on the carry by Aiden Klostroman. 1st and 10, a couple yards shy of midfield. Wildcats break the huddle. After the 15-yard gain, it's 1st and 10 from their own 38. Aiden up to 86 yards on the ground so far in this game. Snap goes to Matthew this time. Gets a great lead block from his big brother, I should say. Matthew breaks it down the sideline. It's a foot race, and there he goes. Matthew Klostroman goes to the house. 42 yards for a Central City score, and the Wildcats extend their lead. Matthew Klostroman takes it 42 yards down the far sideline, and the Wildcats are starting to run away with it. Central City, 28-0 advantage as they'll go for two. Klostroman brothers in the backfield. Christopher Greif, the fullback, goes to Aiden. Gets the block, and he's not going to be touched by anybody except his lead blocker as he goes into the end zone for the two-point conversion. And the Wildcats had a couple more points to their advantage. We've got 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go in our third quarter. Central City leading the Eagles of Midland by a score of 30-0. So the Wildcats take the football 57 yards on just 2 plays. Aiden gets a great run to begin the possession, goes 15 yards. Then little brother kind of one-ups his big brother that time as Matthew takes it 42 yards for a touchdown. That is Matthew's second touchdown run of the night. And how about this for a couple of talented young men? Aiden Klostroman, 13 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Matthew Klostroman, 7 carries, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So both teams are back out there. Jaden Hansen sets the football, and he'll get set to kick it away. Jaden does have 1 touchback here tonight, but all of his kicks have been pretty good. Most of them within the 5-yard line as he comes up to the football. Sends it away. End over end. Fielded at about the 3-yard line by Sawyer House. Brings it out to the 10. Going 15. And Nolan Gates meets him. Can't bring him down, but I believe that was Matthew Klostroman can. So Sawyer House on the return that time. Brings it up to about the 20-yard line. And that is where Midland will take over. 1st down and 10 from their own 20. Just under 5 minutes to go until the end of the third. 30-0 Central City. Eagles break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their own 20. twin receivers left. It's Bixler and Sauer. Ballou in the shotgun. Believe that is Kroc to his left. It is Kroc, and he comes up, and now he's the third receiver. Ballou trying to take off to the left. Just makes a sidestep and makes a man miss, and now it's a foot race to the end zone. He's past midfield. Jaden Hansen's the last one with a chance. He slows him down enough that Christopher Greif can take him down. That is a big gain for Caden Ballou as he brings it up past the 25-yard line. They're going to spot that at the 23. That is a gain of 37 yards on that carry by Caden Ballou. And the Eagles have 1st and 10 into Wildcat territory. Eagles up to the line, 1st and 10 from the Central City 23, I formation. Hansen's the fullback, Sauer the running back, Caden Ballou under center. And a couple of guys leave early. The tight end on the right side, Seth Bixler, certainly left early. And Keegan Rushford, the right guard, may have left early. Nonetheless, 5-yard penalty for the false start, as it'll be 1st down and 15 for Midland, back at the 28. Four minutes, 20 seconds and counting until we reach the 4th quarter. Wildcats 30-0 with the advantage on the scoreboard as the Eagles come up to the line. Ballou in the shotgun. He's got Sauer to his left, Kroc to his right. He's going to fake the handoff, play action pass. It's incomplete. Great pass coverage by Aiden Klosterman. As looks like Seth Bixler was the intended receiver, but didn't have a chance that time as Aiden with the great pass coverage. 2nd down and 15 is upcoming. Looks like the football is spotted at the 27-yard line, as it will be 2nd down and 15 yards to go. Eagles up to the line. Ballou in the shotgun. Sauer's to his left, and Shaden Hansen is to his right. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, going up the middle, bounces off one man, makes a move, gets a stiff arm on Lucas Greif, and Nolan Gates can't bring him down as he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. Caden Ballou, 28 yards for a score. And the Eagles get on the board here in the later stages of our 3rd quarter. So Caden Ballou goes 28 yards for a score. He had gone 37 yards earlier in the possession. And now the Eagles will go for 2. Eagles break the huddle. Twin receivers to either side. Caden Ballou is by himself in the shotgun. And looks like somebody left early. Believe they're going to get the left guard. No, they're going to say Makai Benson got him to go offside. Jordan Buford was the left guard that left early, but they're going to say Makai kind of came up and ran at him, so that caused him to come out of his stance, I suppose. Half the distance to the goal. They'll get it from about the 1.5-yard line after the penalty. So we'll call it the 2. QB sneak up the middle. As Ballou got in there waiting for a signal. He did. 2-point conversion is good. Caden Ballou goes 2 yards right up the middle for the 2-point conversion. That adds 2 more points for the Eagles. We've got 3:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Central City still on top of Midland, 30-8. So Midland goes 60 yards on just 3 plays, 2 of which were long runs by Caden Ballou. And the Eagles are on the scoreboard here in the later stages of our 3rd quarter. So Jared Kroc will kick it away as the Wildcat kick return team makes their way out there. Lucas Greif and Aiden Klosterman back deep to return for Central City. Kroc sets the football on the tee, and he'll get set to kick it away. Kroc with his hand in the air. Now comes up to the ball. Kicks it away. High end over end, not particularly deep. Fielded at the 10 by Aiden. Returns it up to the 20. Gets off a block, past the 30. Makes a move, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Very nice return by Aiden Klosterman as he brings that football up to the 33-yard line. I believe they're going to spot that. Nope, 34. Give him an extra yard, as that's where the Wildcats will take over. First down and 10. 3:46 remaining in our third quarter. Matthew Klosterman back into the huddle for Central City. Runs in with the play call. Jaden Hansen on the sideline for this beginning of the possession. Klosterman brothers are back there. They've combined for a little over 160 yards on the ground so far in this game. This one goes to Aiden. Makes a stutter step in the backfield. Gets some room down the sideline. Taken down close to a first down. But a flag comes in near the line of scrimmage. Waiting for the call. Holding against Central City. So take that run off the board, as that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul called on the Wildcats. They're marching off the yardage at the moment. Football will be placed at the 24-yard line, so 10 yards on the penalty. Central City takes over, or will have it, 1st and 20. First down and 20 from their own 24. 3:37 on the clock. Same formation. Klosterman brothers are back there with Christopher Greif, the fullback. High snap, but it's handled by Matthew. Gets some room, going up the middle. Going down the sideline now, and he's forced out of bounds at about midfield. Matthew with a very nice gain on that carry. Gets it up to about the 40. That'll be a gain of 16. Second down and 4 is upcoming. So the 10 yards of penalty yardage are made up for and then some on that carry. Still not as good as they would have been if Aiden's run would have stood, but not too much worse, as they'll have second down and 4 from midfield after Matthew Klosterman picks up 16 yards. Same formation. Aiden's on the left, Matthew's on the right. Snap goes to Aiden this time. Trying to make a move, but he's going to be taken down as Keegan Rushford got off of the block of Colton Nowadsky and brings him down at the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to say he lost a yard on that carry. And the Wildcats will have third down and 5 from their own 39-yard line after Aiden Klosterman loses a yard on that previous carry. So 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats from their own 39. They need the 36 to move the chains here on third down. Wildcats up 30-8 as the Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Snap is going to go to Christopher Greif up the middle. The fullback has it. Gets out of a tackle, fighting ahead, and he somehow comes out of the pile, and it's a foot race. 20, 15, taken down from behind. Unbelievable. Christopher Greif. He's listed about 5'6". That might be generous, but he gets low, keeps his legs moving, picks up his feet, and all of a sudden he's got nothing but daylight in front of him. Gets it up to the 12-yard line. Unbelievable. I've seen some great runs from Christopher this year, but that one might take the cake. What an effort from the fullback as they get it up to the 12-yard line to the Wildcats. Give Christopher a gain of 29 yards on third down and 5. It looked like Christopher was going to be short. He broke out of a couple tackles, and all of a sudden, he had a foot race. Wildcats up to the line. Couple of minutes to go in our third quarter. Same formation. Snap goes to Aiden Klosterman. Going up the middle. He's got a block. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he'll win it. Aiden Klosterman goes 12 yards for a touchdown. The Klosterman brothers have combined for 4 touchdowns here tonight, and we're not even out of the third quarter as Central City extends their lead over the Midland Eagles. 36-8 our score. After that carry, Aiden and Matthew are both right at 98 yards. We may both, or I shouldn't say we may, we better have 2 100-yard rushers here tonight. Nearly identical stat lines for those two, except Matthew has not run it quite as much as Aiden has. But they've both done the exact same with those opportunities, 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. They'll go for 2. Matthew takes the snap, gets some lead blocking. He will break out of a tackle and plunges across the goal line. 2-point conversion is good. Matthew Klosterman adds 2 more for Central City as they lead it by 30 here with 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is 38-8, Central City over the Eagles. Central City will give it back after this kickoff. You know, folks, I have to be honest. Sometimes after these games, there's calls I'm particularly excited to go back and listen to. That Christopher Greif fullback sneak that went for 29-some yards, that's going to be a great one to go back and listen to. Jaden Hansen comes out to kick it away. He sets the tee at the 30-yard line. House and Sauer back deep to return for the Eagles. As Hansen marches off his steps, he's got Connor Clark to his side. As Hansen will get set to kick it away. Hansen up to the football. Sends it away. It's going to be fielded by House at the 6. Returns up to the 15. Nolan Gates comes and meets him. Ball comes out, but it goes out of bounds. As Josh Lindsay stuck his helmet in there. I think he might have been the one that actually forced that fumble. But fortunately for the Eagles, the fumble rolls out of bounds. And they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. So 1st and 10 from their own 21 for Midland. 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in our third quarter. Wildcats leading it by 30 here from Wyoming, 38-8. Central City on top. Twin receivers to the right for the Eagles. Ballou in the shotgun with Jared Kroc to his right. Kroc now goes in as a receiver. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, sends it over to Kroc. It's caught. Hansen will take him out, and it's going to be a gain of about 3 is all on that completion. Caden Ballou completes to Jared Kroc, but Hansen makes a good tackle. That might actually be just a gain of 2. They're going to spot the football at the 23-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for Midland from their own 23. Twin receivers to the left this time for Midland. That's the wide side of the field. Ballou's in the shotgun. Shaden Hansen to his left. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, gets it across the middle. It's incomplete. Was looking for Zane Sauer, but that was covered very well. Aiden Klosterman and I think Luke Birds was also in there. As that football falls to the ground, 90 seconds to go until the end of the third. Eagles have 3rd and 8 from their own 23. As Jared Kroc re-enters the game for Midland and Shaden Hansen jogs off. Eagles now break the huddle. 3rd down and 8 from their own 23. Twin receivers right. That's Sauer and Bixler. Ballou in the shotgun with Kroc to his right. Snap goes to Ballou. It's low. He picks it up off the ground, dropping back in the pocket. Sends one down the sideline. That's going to be intercepted. Lucas Greif with his 2nd pick of the night. And the Wildcats will take over past the 30 at about the 32-yard line. Lucas Greif entered the game without an interception so far this season. He's got 2 of them here this evening. And Central City will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Great pass coverage from Lucas. I'm not even sure the receiver was looking for the football until the very last second. And Central City takes over from their own 32. Wildcats up to the line. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. It's Christopher Greifs here playing fullback. Snap goes to Matthew. Gets a couple of blocks, but he's going to be taken down after a pretty short gain. Tough running from Matthew, but not a whole lot of room that time. As they will credit him with a gain of maybe a couple of yards on that previous play. We'll call that a yard up to the 33. 2nd down and 9 is upcoming. 1 minute to go in our third quarter. Matthew Closeman runs in the play call as the Wildcats come up to the line. 2nd and 9 from their own 33, same formation. Matthews on the left, and Aiden's on the right. Snap goes to Aiden. Cuts it up, now going to the other side, makes a juke move. He will be taken down past the 35. And with that run for the 3rd consecutive week, Aiden Klosterman's gone over 100 yards on the ground. Aiden gets that up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4, so 3rd down and 5 is upcoming. Here on 3rd down. So 3rd and 5 from the 37, but Wildcats do not have to run another play here in the 3rd quarter. It looks like they will not. Central City makes their way over to the sideline, and they do so with a big lead over the Midland Eagles through 3 quarters of play, 38-8, Central City on top. So while we've got a break in the action, go ahead and give a shout out to our sole sponsor, Heartland Bank. Heartland Bank represents a new approach to banking in Iowa. Expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. Heartland Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports. Member FDIC. Central City, 12 minutes away from taking down the Eagles for the first time since 2007. They've just got to finish here in the 4th quarter. They've got a 30-point cushion to play with and possession of the football. Let's take a look at some stats for your Wildcats. Aiden Klosterman, 15 carries for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Matthew Klosterman, 10 carries for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Christopher Greif, 3 carries for 36 yards, and Lucas Greif, 3 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. A reminder, all numbers I give during broadcasts are unofficial. Official stats are taken down on the sideline. These are just me tracking the numbers throughout the game. Official stats will be posted sometime tomorrow on Varsity Bound. Both teams out there to begin the 4th quarter. Wildcats have 3rd and 5 from their own 37. Aiden and Matthew Klosterman are back there. Matthew takes it, rolling out to the left, makes a man miss, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 1st down. Caden Ballou took him out, as that'll be a gain of 2 yards. Correction, just a gain of a yard. I've also got Matthew unofficially at 100 yards. So both Klosterman brothers are into the triple digits. But it will be short of the 1st down, so Central City is going to get set to punt it away. Jaden Hanson, the long snapper, jogs out. Aiden Klosterman handles the punting duties for Central City, averaging 28.6 per punt so far this year. Zane Sauer is back deep to return. And I believe we've got a timeout on the field. As Central City will use their first timeout of the game. They've got 2 remaining here in our 2nd half. 11 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the ball game. Wildcats leading this one 38-8. Getting set to punt it away here momentarily. Central City back on the field. They'll get set to punt it away. Less than a minute into our 4th quarter. Zane Sauer goes back deep to return. And Aiden Klosterman will get set to punt for Central City. Jaden Hanson will snap. Aiden will punt it from the 25. Sauer sets up shop at about the 15 to return. Luke Birds comes in motion. Good snap to Aiden. Almost a rugby-style punt there as he sends it away. That's a very good punt and takes a bit of a Wildcat bounce. Goes out of bounds at about the 12. Very solid punt that time from Aiden, as the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line. 30 yards on that punt and spotted nicely. No chance for a return from the Eagles. 1st and 10 from their own 12 for Midland. 11 minutes and 13 seconds to go in this ball game. Wildcats on top by 30. Eagles up to the line, 1st and 10 from their own 12 to begin this possession. Ballew's in the shotgun, 3 receivers tight to the right, excuse me. Ballew's going to pass. Benton's there right away, and that ball's incomplete. Nobody was really in the area. Ty Jensen was the closest. As that football falls to the ground, Lucas Greif was the closest player of either team to that ball. Speaking about Midland players, was Ty Jensen closest on that previous play. Unsurprisingly, Mekhi Benton provided the pressure that time. He's been a menace in backfields all season long. So far this year, he's got 6 sacks entering tonight's game. That is tied for second most in the state of Iowa, regardless of class. I formation for the Eagles. Ballew takes the snap, hands it off to Sauer, and Braxton Davis grabs onto his jersey and makes sure he doesn't go anywhere. That allows Dayton Price to come in and clean up the play. Not much room there, as that'll be a gain for Sauer of about 2 yards. Up to the 14, 3rd down and 8 is upcoming for Midland. They need the 22-yard line to move the chains. Clock continues to roll down, 10.5 minutes to play. Twin receivers right for Midland. Ballew in the shotgun. Jared Kroc is to his right. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket. Pressure coming in, tries to step up, but there's just too many white jerseys in the backfield as he avoided about 3 guys, but Christopher Greif was the 4th to bring him down. That'll be another sack for the Central City defense. And 4th down is upcoming. Loss of a yard on that previous play. 4th and 9. Lucas Greif will head back to about the 35 to send it away, or to receive the punt, excuse me. Anthony Harrington will punt a couple yards in front of the goal line. Shaden Hansen to snap. High snap, very high. He does handle it. Now he's in big trouble. He's going to try to take off. They've got to come up and get him. They will. He's going to be well short of a 1st down. Christopher Greif on the stop. And Central City will take over in Midland territory. Very high snap. Nearly got over his head into the end zone. Anthony Harrington, the punter, makes the tackle. And now Central City will have the football, 1st and 10 from the Midland 13-yard line. So no gain on that carry from Harrington. Central City takes over in great field position. Trying to add on to their lead. See if they can get running clock going. Hansen in the shotgun. 1 receiver left, trips to the right, tight to the line of scrimmage. Hansen takes the snap, running to the right. Going to be taken down after a short gain. Jaden Hansen on the QB keep, I should say. Designed run for the quarterback. Gain of about a yard up to the 12. 2nd down and 9 upcoming as the football spotted at the 12-yard line of the Eagles. Jaden Hansen back out of the game now. Matthew Klosterman comes in. Lucas Greif splits out left. The Klosterman brothers are in the backfield. Snap will go to Aiden. Trying to find some room. Uses his blocks. And he's going to go into the end zone. 12 yards on the touchdown run for Aiden Klosterman. And we've got running clock upcoming here from Wyoming. For the 3rd time tonight, Aiden Klosterman finds the end zone, and the Wildcats make it 44-8. They'll go for 2. Matthew Klosterman comes in. And the Wildcats break the huddle. Lucas Greif splits out left. Klosterman brothers in the backfield. Greif comes in motion. Jet sweep to Greif going to the right. Trying to make a man miss. He can't do so. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Nonetheless, 8 minutes, 58 seconds to play in the game. Central City leading 44-8. We will have running clock after this kickoff. The Wildcats certainly came to play here tonight. They're about 9 minutes away from knocking off the Eagles for the first time in quite some time. Mentioned at halftime, Jason McLaughlin's up here with me in the press box. His son Cooper, who's a freshman on the football team, was not born yet when the Wildcats last beat Midland. So they're certainly overdue for a victory over this team. And they're going to have running clock. Wildcats onto the field. They'll kick it away. Sawyer House and Zane Sauer back deep to return for the Eagles. Hansen sets the football. And now he'll get his steps marched off. Hansen with his hand in the air. And now they'll kick it away. Kick is away. Pretty good one, fielded by Sawyer. In fact, it will not be fielded by Sawyer as he lets it go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Eagles will take over. First down and 10 from their own 15. Clock does not run on the touchback, so it is still stopped. But after the Eagles take their first snap of this possession, that clock will not stop except for a few very specific circumstances, such as a touchdown and injury or official's timeout, or a charge timeout to one of these two teams. Both teams back out there, and Eagles have first and 10 from their own 15. Ballou in the shotgun, a back to either side. Ballou takes it up the middle, bounces off a couple guys, tries to fight ahead. He will be up past the 20 to about the 21. Caden Ballou picks up about 6 yards that time. Up to the 21. It will be second down and 4 for Midland from their own 21. Second down and 4 from the 21 for Midland. Twin receivers left. Ballou in the shotgun with Shaden Hansen to his left. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, gets rid of it. That will be caught to Sauer, but he's met right away. Believe that was Nolan Gates that met him right away, and it was. Great job by the sophomore. Allows the catch, but makes the play right away. No room for him. That will be a gain of about 8 up to the 24-yard line. Or correction, not a gain of 8, gain of about 3 after the gain of 6 on first down. So we've got third down and 1. QB sneak upcoming. It's there, but he fumbled it, and he's going to be short unless they give him a favorable spot, which they might have. Needed a yard is all. The fumble was snapped. Ballou fell on it. And it is going to be fourth down. Gained about half a yard. It'll be fourth down in less than a yard. Ball is somewhere between the 24 and 25-yard line. 4th and inches upcoming for the Eagles. Watch out for the QB sneak again. That is what we've got, and that one should be enough for a first down, but they didn't give him much. Forward progress will likely give it to him, but that was a great stand by the defense, and that will be enough for a first down. Ballou gained less than a yard, but that's all he needed, as the forward progress is enough for a first down. So first down and 10 for Midland. They have it at their own 25-yard line after converting on 4th and inches. Twin receivers right. Ballou in the shotgun with Hansen to his right. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw, gets rid of it. It's caught by Sauer, and Aiden Klosterman takes him down. Luke Birds helps finish it off, among others. Favre Weber on the play. Braxton Davis made his way over there. Pass to Sauer is complete. Up to the 31-yard line, gain of 6, as it'll be second down and 4 upcoming for the Eagles. Clock continues to roll down. 6 minutes and counting until this game is over. Twin receivers to either side this time for Midland. Ballou by himself in the shotgun. Ballou takes the snap, fakes the throw, now he'll take off, and he's got a little bit of room. He'll have the first down up past midfield before he's dragged down. That will be a first down for Midland They're going to spot that at the 39 across midfield. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Wildcat 39 as Blue picks up 10 on that carry. Eagles up to the line. Twin receivers right. Blue in the shotgun with Shaden Hansen to his right. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Sowers there again, but Aiden Klosterman brings him down. Not much there on that completion. Looks like they might give him a couple of yards, but that'll be it. Gain of 2 up to the 37-yard line. Midland has 2nd down and 8 from the Wildcat 37. They're going to go with trips receivers to the left this time. They look a little bit confused, but now they've got it figured out. Blue in the shotgun. Screen pass. It's going to be caught by Sauer. Makes a move. Tries to throw a man off of him. Can't fully do it, and he'll be tackled down at about the 35. So just a couple of yards there for Zane Sauer. Gain of 2 up to the 35-yard line. And as Rat directly to my right just noted, Braxton Davis, the big sophomore nose guard, was in on that play along the far sideline. He's been in plays along the sideline all night. Great hustle out of the sophomore. 3rd and 6 from the 35. Twin receivers to either side for Midland. Blue in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fumbles the football. Picks it up and now will take off. Bounces off of Braxton Davis. But he will be well short of the 1st down. Only gained about a yard. They might not give him anything on that play. Not sure if it was always going to be a draw or if that was impromptu. Would not be surprised if that was designed all the way. Just the fumbled snap kind of made things a little more interesting. No gain on the carry for Caden Ballou. 4th down and 6 for Midland from the Wildcat 35-yard line. 3:40 to go in our game. Wildcats leading 44-8. Twin receivers right. Ballou in the shotgun with Croc to his right. And they left early. They're not going to call it. Ballou in the pocket. In trouble. He's going to take off. And he's going to have the 1st down past the 30. And taken down by Luke Birds at about the 20-yard line. I thought both receivers left early, but nothing was called. And that will be a 1st down as Benton gets knocked by the referee as he's waving his arms. And now Braxton Davis gets hit with the football by the referee. Within about a 5-second span, the referee hits 2 different Central City players. You don't see that every day. Nonetheless, I'm going off on an unrelated tangent here. Central City gives up the 1st down, and the football will be placed at the 20-yard line. Gain of 15 for Ballou on that previous carry. 1st down and 10. Twin receivers left. Ballou in the shotgun. Hansen to his left. Takes the snap. He'll throw. Looking end zone, gets rid of it. Sowers there, and he can't make the play off of his fingertips. As the pass goes incomplete, Sauer had some room back there in the end zone, but couldn't bring in the catch. As that'll be 2nd down and 10. 2.5 minutes is all remaining in the game. As Sauer slowly jogs his way back into the huddle after going all out on that previous attempt to catch what would have been a touchdown pass. Eagles up to the line, twin receivers right, Ballou in the shotgun, Croc to his right, 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ballou takes a snap, pressure there right away, and he will throw that towards the end zone. Did he make the catch? Waiting for the call. The referees aren't sure. They're going to talk about it, and it's going to be a touchdown pass. Caden Ballou connects with Seth Bixler along the sideline right at the pylon, and that goes for a 20-yard touchdown. So the Eagles get back on the board, under 2 minutes to go in the game, as the Eagles will go for 2. It's 44-14, so that running clock will come off for these final couple minutes. It's back to a 30-point game, 35 needed for the running clock. Ballou in the shotgun, Croc to his left, and Hansen to his right, keeps it up the middle, and he's met by a couple of guys and brought down short of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is no good. But the Eagles do get back on the board late in this game. We've got 1 minute and 57 seconds to play here from Wyoming. Central City on top of the Eagles by a score of 44-14. I would assume an onside kick upcoming. Eagles going to try to desperately get back into this game in any way they can. Jared Kroc is the kicker for Midland. He makes his way out there with the tee in hand. As Eagles came out there with 9, so one of them runs off. And in fact, they did just have the 9 out there as a whole bunch of people coming in and out, as I believe they're getting set to have personnel out there for an onside kick. Wildcats come out there. Aiden Klosterman will go back deep. Everybody else will be up close, assuming an onside kick. A lot of varsity guys. In fact, Dashni Munyakazi's out there. Other than that, it is strictly varsity guys. Seems everybody's lined up just a bit too far back, and now they move up a little bit. You can be up to the 40-yard line. That's the closest you can be. Everybody's about the 37. Kroc has it set. And any last prayer for the Eagles would rely on this onside kick. Kroc sends it away. Onside kick. It's not going to go 10 yards. Hansen dives on it anyways. And any last prayer for Midland just went out the window and right into Jaden Hansen's arms as Central City takes over 1st and 10 from the Midland 38. They're going to be 4-0 here in about 2 minutes, folks. Football is at the 38 after Hansen recovers the onside kick. Technically probably didn't have to, but he didn't want to take any chances of a late roll going over the requisite 10 yards. He just falls on it. And the offense is up there for Central City, 1st and 10 from the Midland 38. Josh Lindsay into the game for Central City. He's to Matthew Klosterman's left. Snap goes to Lindsay. He'll run it, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield, and he fumbled the football, and Midland got it. Josh Lindsay fumbles the football, and Midland will get it back. The fumble is recovered, and Midland has 1st and 10 from their own 38 with 1 minute 50 seconds to go in this game. Blue jogs into the huddle. And Midland has a 42-yard field in front of him, still trailing by 30, less than 2 minutes to go. Twin receivers left, Blue in the shotgun. He's got it back to his left, believe that is Kroc. Sauer comes in motion. Blue going to the left. Arwen Betzer's there, can't bring him down. Now Blue's got a little bit of room, but he's going to be taken down by several Wildcats as he just will not go to the ground. Hansen comes in, lays a shoulder. This play finally ends as somehow somebody's thrown down about 5 feet in front of the Wildcat bleachers. In fact, it was Connor Clark who wasn't even in the play. So your guess is as good as mine as what just went down over there. Nonetheless, it is an eventful gain of 5 for Caden Ballou. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Midland appears to be in no particular hurry. Just over 60 seconds and counting to play as the Eagles come up to the line. Twin receivers right. Ballou in the shotgun with Shaden Hansen to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, he's looking to throw. Benton's there, he's in trouble. Arwen Betzer can't bring him down, now he's going to take off. And he plunges ahead past the 30-yard line. Under a minute to go, about 45 seconds to go in this game, and a flag comes in at the very end, in fact, after the play was over. So Ballou runs it up to the 28-yard line, and the flag flew after the play. We'll wait for the call here. And after the play, personal foul goes against Central City. So that'll be an extra 15 yards, or half the distance in this case. Believe this ball will be spotted at the 14. Inside the 30, you go half the distance. And the football is down at the 13-yard line.
A personal foul penalty enforced.
It's first and down Midland from the Wildcat 13. 48 seconds to play. Twin receivers right. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, gets rid of it. That's going to be incomplete. Clock will stop now that the 35-point margin has gone under that 35-point barrier. This running clock no longer in effect. We're down to 45 seconds to go. Ball's at the 13. As with a game like this, just got to hope we can quietly end this one and nothing goofy happens down the stretch in terms of injuries or something like that. Twin receiver right. Ballou drops back. Pump fakes. Munyakazi's there. Gets rid of it. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Zane Sauer. And third down and 10 is upcoming for the Eagles. 5 seconds come off the clock on that play. We're down to 40 seconds to go. And Midland's going to use a timeout. So Midland uses their second timeout of the half. They've got just one remaining. 40 seconds to play in the game. Wildcats lead it by 30, 44-14. Midland trying to get another touchdown on the board to put a little more pride with them when they get back on the bus to go back to the high school. So timeout on the field. Third down and 10 is upcoming for Midland. They have it at the Wildcat 13. Wildcats 40 seconds away from a 4-0 start and what would essentially be an automatic qualification into the playoffs. Pretty sure there's no way the Wildcats can finish in the bottom half of their district after a 3-0 start. I give you the update of the district standing every week before we get underway here with the action. And Central City will be firmly atop the leaderboard after this win. After tonight, only 2 district games left. A very tough matchup with Easton Valley next Friday. And a trip to Springville 2 weeks from now. As both teams are back out there. Ball's at the 13. Midland has 1 timeout left. For what it's worth, Wildcats have 2, but certainly do not plan on using those. I'll go out on a limb and say that. Eagle up to the line, twin receivers right. Ballou in the shotgun, Croc to his right. And Benton stepped over the ball. 5-yard penalty. Ball will be inside the 10 up to the 8. As the offside is called. So 3rd and 5 Midland from the Wildcat 8. 40 seconds to play. Same formation, twin receivers right. Ballou stands in the shotgun. Ballou takes the snap, drops back. Looking end zone, throws to the back of the end zone. That is going to be caught. And it's a touchdown for the Eagles. Zane Sauer had it. And the Eagles put another touchdown on the board. As 44-20 is now our score. As the Eagles will go for 2. 35 seconds to play in the ball game. Shaden Hansen runs into the huddle for Midland. They'll go for 2 here. And like I said, if you're the Wildcats, you're just trying to get out of here and get back on that bus going back to Central City with a comfortable win. Ballou in the shotgun, Sauer to his left, Hansen to his right, 5 linemen. Ballou takes the snap. Throw to Jensen is incomplete. And Jaden Hansen provided the coverage there. The 2-point conversion's no good. 35 seconds to play in this one. Wildcats lead it 44-20. So now Wildcats can comfortably just kneel it out. They could not do so before with a couple of minutes to go, but now just 32 seconds and the Eagles only have 1 timeout. Assuming we'll see another onside kick, but Wildcats, if they can recover, could just kneel it out and get out of here with a 44-20 victory. Aiden Closerman's back deep. Everybody else is within 10 yards of midfield. Jared Kroc to kick for Midland. Kroc comes up to the ball. Onside kick, a bouncer. Hansen falls on it, and that will just about wrap this one up, folks, as it is recovered by Jaden Hansen at the 33-yard line. And I hear Coach Myers yelling victory. So Wildcats just going to kneel it out. If Midland uses a timeout, they'll have to do it twice. But if not, they could just do it once, and then we could go shake hands. For the first time all year, I believe, Jaden Hansen will go under center. Everybody's got to get on the line. Now they're all set up, it looks like. 34 seconds on the clock. Hansen goes under center. Takes the snap, drops to a knee. Does not look like Midland is going to use a timeout. With that said, Central City does not have to run another play, as this will just about do it. Both teams head over to the sidelines. The Central City Wildcats are 4-0 halfway through their schedule, and they are unblemished as they get set for a big-time, prime-time matchup with Easton Valley 7 days from now. As the final few seconds roll off the clock, this one has gone final. Central City wins it from Wyoming, 44-20. The streak is over. They have beaten Midland. Now they can turn their attention to the 4th-ranked team in the state. Easton Valley comes to town next week as the Wildcats try to pull off a big homecoming win on their home field 7 days from now. Again, our final score, 44-20. Central City gets the win. As we'll take a look at our final statistics before we sign off here tonight. First for Midland, Caden Ballou, 14 of 27 for 118 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Ballou ran for 29 times for 123 yards and a touchdown. Shaden Hansen and Anthony Harrington both 1 carry for no gain. And Zane Sauer 4 carries for -5 yards. Zane Sauer caught 9 passes for 65 yards and a touchdown. Seth Bixler, 2 receptions, 30 yards and a touchdown. Warren Eaton, 2 receptions for 21 yards. And Jared Kroc, 1 reception for 2 yards. For the Wildcats, Jaden Hansen, 2 of 12, 36 yards and an interception. Makai Benton caught 1 pass for 34 yards. Lucas Greif, 1 for 2 yards. And in the rushing game, Aiden Klosterman, 16 carries for 114 yards and 3 touchdowns. Matthew Klosterman, 11 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Christopher Greif, 3 carries, 36 yards. Lucas Greif, 3 carries, 17 yards and a score. Jaden Hansen ran it once for a yard. And Josh Lindsay ran it once, no gain, and he fumbled the football. So, folks, that's going to just about wrap us up here from Wyoming. Wildcats beat Midland for the first time since 2007. They're 4-0 for the first time since 2018. Good vibes all around with the Central City Wildcat football program. After a couple of rebuilding years, if you will, these freshmen and sophomores are upperclassmen now. And the sky is the limit for this Central City football team this year. So, folks, I'll be back on the air 7 days from now. Big-time matchup coming to Central City as Easton Valley makes the trip. And Central City will be able to provide some formidable competition for the Riverhawks. They got us 85-0 2 years ago, 50-6 or somewhere along those lines a year ago. Wildcats very much looking forward to a chance to compete with a top 5 team in the state of Iowa. So one more time, folks, our final score here from Wyoming. Central City wins it 44-20. Until next time, I'm David Warrington saying good night and go Cats.